Got to use some of that live music for the intro. Sweet.
This is the C minor.
Yeah, C minor, yeah. I see the writing on the wall, it's plain. Ramblings of these madmen going insane. And now I see it clear. They're running and they're hiding because of fear. If I don't sing, if I don't speak out, if I never communicate with logical, if I don't sing, if I don't speak out, if I never receive the logos word. Transcendental numbers and conceptual maths will take you on a journey down a penrose path, and you'll never see it clear. The path that you're on only ends in tears. If I don't sing and if I don't speak out, if I never communicate with logical will, if I don't sing and if I don't speak out, if I never receive the logos word. Cast away the shadows and step into light, taking down giants and opening sight. And now I see it clear. The path that you're on ends in fear. I'm taking back everything that was lost. I'll take it back at any cost. I'm taking back everything that was lost. I'll take it back at any cost. And I'm taking back everything that was lost. I'll take it back at any cost. If I don't sing, if I don't speak out, if I never communicate the logical will, if I don't sing, if I don't speak out, if I never receive the logos will.
was good. That was good. And we are live. Welcome, everyone. That was Buster live music. In case you didn't hear it, it is on Buster's channel. He did a 30-odd minute set. That was just one of them. New one. I think it's called Who Will. I mean, you can name it. I don't think Buster's put names to any of his songs when he does them.
Nah, Who Will's good. I like that.
Who Will.
It's
Okay.
so good.
That's the anthem, I think, for us, that particular song. Who Will. So good. Okay, so it's Friday free-for-all. And have we got some stuff for it today? There's loads of stuff to be going over, but free-for-all is right. Anybody want to come in? Anybody got any topics they want to talk about? Tonight is the night. We've had a lot of heavy action in the last few days. A couple of globe model believers losing their minds, literally going mad, saying some really stupid things. Anybody want to talk about any of that sort of stuff? Free to come in. If they want to come in and defend themselves, they can come in and do that too. A little bit later on, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to be going over, me and Emma, hopefully, to go and have a word with Red's Rhetoric about a debate that he wants to pay us to do. Seems to be struggling for flat earthers. I'm gonna. I'll get the tweets up so we can have a look at them, and the tweet chain that led us to the position that we're in, and I'll go over that. But I mean, I guess it's up to you guys. Anybody got any topics that's on anybody's minds while I dig out the tweets and stuff? There must be loads of stuff for people to talk about.
I have only one notion. I have read this Timaeus
Oh yeah.
to refute Brenda. There is only one place in it where he's saying about knowledge and belief. And Brenda said that knowledge is subset of belief. And I said that it has to be quite opposite. And I was right, because in this work, Plato's work, it was written that knowledge was compared to something which is finished, and belief to something which is not finished. Therefore, it means that belief is subset of knowledge. Knowledge is greater, and belief is smaller. That's it, to refute Brenda. So, or Brenda was lying, or just misrepresenting what was written in Plato's work. That's all.
I can believe that. I would encourage anybody to, if they were having any hesitancy about who to believe in any of this, just read that Timaeus. It's enlightening, especially for anybody that in this arena debate. You are well worth going in there, because it's a playbook for sophists. I can understand why Brenda was reading it. Maybe because we'd said that it was obviously a playbook for the sophists and they might be able to learn something from it. But yeah, you just have a read. It's good,
by
isn't it?
the way, reading this work clearly shows that in ancient times, Greeks didn't hold that position that the Earth, solely Earth, is a globe. They thought, or Plato thought, that universe is a globe, perfect sphere, because they liked perfect shapes. So most perfect was, of course, ball or globe, but this was restricted to universe. So no globe Earth only, never ever. In ancient Greek, it refutes what Baby was saying at Blues about this belief, and if Saint Thomas Aquinas and ancient Greek believed in Earth globe. No, they didn't. They believed in globe universe. That's all.
Um, I'm looking for these tweets, but the tweet chain's not going the same on my phone as it is on the.
I had this notion earlier. I wanted to mention the fact that Blue came over here and made a whole lot of contradictory statements about straight lines and curved lines and equivocating between them. And having a professor ultimately take his side and agree with him that that's okay to have contradictory definitions. The fact that they came over here to do that, I think, is remarkable. I think that's worth marking in the back of your mind as kind of like an historic event in a sense. That hasn't happened before.
I did say Blue coming over here was to have a globe Earth believer come over with a proof that the Earth is not flat is, although it confused, but I mean he did have a picture that he'd found off the internet that he was claiming that the Earth is not flat. I mean, pretty much the same as what Ranty did with Ruhif and Katz. Not much different. But he did bring, Blue did bring a professor, so-called blue marble scientist over with a different definition. That was amazing.
And also this professor was talking about theory. This was his main point, because modern so-called science is going out of proofs. Then they want to change definition not only of science but of theory, because normally the theory is explanation of already proven or existing things or phenomena. But now he is saying that theory has different meaning. So I think that Alice in Wonderland is also theory for them.
In the sense that the theory is something you have at the end of the process. That's something you actually has as of after you've arrived at a conclusion of some sort, versus something that you just conjure up on the spot to explain why you said what you just said, right?
Yes.
Basically.
Yes, basically now, yes. Why? Let's explain why Alice in Wonderland was Blondie. So this is theory now, but normally we have phenomenon and logical explanation of this phenomenon. You could say it is theory, and that's why, for example, in Euclid, a proposition is followed by a theorem. Explanation what occurs and why it has to be that way. For example, why equilateral triangle creates, for example, you can create equilateral triangle on with radius of the circle, etc. And this is theorem. Why it has to be that way in logical syllogism. So this is theory or theorem. But now We have just stories.
Simple logic.
Step by step. Yeah, that what you just said, paper, is what I wanted to express, but you said it way better. Thank you.
Right. Do you want to run through these videos and I can, well, this, see if I can get you guys this screen so you don't need to go on. There you go. Try thinking on Twitter. So obviously everybody knows I've been on Twitter. This is where I came from. I think still only got like 1,500 followers because these guys that follow me everywhere around here, they follow me everywhere on Twitter as well, and everybody I talk to always leads me back to these guys commenting on anything I post on at all. So I obviously go over there for a bit of a laugh every now and again. But we have been helped just recently by Chike. Chike is he's gone over to Twitter. He's obviously been pushed out of Discord. He's not allowed to talk anywhere else. Nobody wants him around here anymore. He's probably done some really bad stuff and been kicked off. So he comes round here now. He just hangs about in the chat. But he goes into Twitter and he started this thing. I mean, it's been running for a bit, ever since Wally said that I should talk to Reds, ever since Reds came back. And I said, yeah, I can show him the Realising Euclid Tests. So I don't know who this guy is here, Plato Chips as well. He's a no one, but I mean, you'll see he's absolutely obsessed with me. I was talking about how blue made me 40 foot tall in the video. And then Chike starts putting indexes. I say, here's a screenshot of me doing that, and Plato Chips and John and all of these people. Geist View as well. He's very obsessed with me. Here's Chike again. Chike showing everybody parallel sunlight.
They
Or
are
actually it
obviously
says,
parallel.
oh, this shows sunlight is not parallel. Hashtag Bev is dumb, because that's what Chike's like. He's got his own hashtags that he puts out on Twitter. And I say, do you think they're parallel, Chike? And then Red's rhetoric comes on Twitter. Me and Chikey talking about, Chikey's talking about these being not parallel. And Red's rhetoric says they are parallel. So I think Red's rhetoric had to come and correct Chikey with this.
But Red's rhetoric has brought very clear picture.
Yeah.
I can see, I can barely see what it is.
It's just got some lines. I mean, yeah, it could be anything, that really, couldn't it? Smudge on a wall. And I say to him, so you definitely have parallel in your geometric understanding then. That's a start. That's a welcome introduction to Red's rhetoric. And Red's rhetoric says, oh, Bev, my understanding was never in question. Your understanding, though, that's a different story. It's actually a toss-up between ignorance and dishonesty over parallel and not parallel, after Chikey's just said not parallel. And then I ask, do you think they're parallel, Chike? And Reds comes back with that. And then I say, do you also have perpendicular within your geometric understanding too? Just checking for future possible debate purposes. That's me. And then Red says, I guess you will have to debate me to find out. Let's set up with that, with answering one simple question first. So this is Reds after me saying he's got triggered by perpendicularity. And then he starts having this question. Bev believes the overall shape of the Earth is... And then I say, I'm willing to hear your best sales pitch for it. And I'll tell you how to measure elevation changes in reality with parallel lines if you want. That's me, Bev, saying that to Red's rhetoric. He comes back with, you have failed to answer the question, Bev. Let's try this again. Please read the question carefully.
Leading to false dichotomy.
Mm-hmm. And I say, but Bev doesn't have a belief in the shape of the Earth. Are your parallels like Chike's parallel? Is this the globe parallel? Because this is Chike. This is how Chike parallel like this. That's Chike. But I mean, Chike has actually gone mad, as evidenced by all of his pictures and stuff that he's taking over there. I mean, Chike is taking these. And this is the sort of stuff that Chike's posting in this Discord. I don't know what other people think of it, you know, out there and all of the globe defenders and everything. But this is literally what Chike's been doing. Parallel. He thinks that's parallel somehow. And I say, are you okay, Chikey? Red says... It's clear reading comprehension is not your strongest attribute, so let's try something else. Which image best comports with reality, according to Bev? Neither. They're both ridiculous. And I put, strangely enough, neither of those is reality. They're both models. I can tell you how they actually measure positions and elevations in reality, if you would like. Red says, please read the question more carefully. We are not asking which image is reality, but which image is closest to it. So again, which image does Bev believe best comports with reality, image 1 or image 2? And I put both of those images in reality. Both of them are images in reality. Would you like me to run you through how elevations are actually measured in reality? Red's rhetoric again. Bev, please stop being dishonest. You are fully aware I am not referring to the images themselves existing in reality, but what they represent. So again, which image best comports with reality in your opinion? I say, I can show you how we actually measure the land in reality. If you'd like me to help you understand how surveyors do their job, I'd be glad to show you. The Realising Euclid Tests anytime. That's all I wanted to talk to him about, to show him the Realising Euclid Test. I thought it'd be a bit fun. And then Teabag, the guy that comes in here looking for 13-year-old children to talk to and gets upset when they're not here. Says, you have been told many times now how actual surveyors do their jobs. You, not a surveyor, simply ignore it all. To which I say, I do have surveying qualifications. Do you? Because I do. I really have surveying qualifications. And no surveyor has told me anything different about measuring elevations. The what that I already know. Teabag says, don't deflect, Bev. You have had actual professional surveyors talk to you, right? Each time telling you that you are very wrong, correct? You called the Ordnance Survey. So this is a 1-minute clip that I put in for him. But everybody listen to this. Well, it's perpendicular, isn't it? There we go. Right, mate. We're doing a bit of a project about level with the lad, right? It's horizontal, right?
Yeah.
It's nothing else.
See, I call it vertical because it's up and down.
Well, it's perpendicular, isn't it?
Yeah.
Horizontal and vertical. Level is, it's not curved at all, is it?
No, it's flat.
Can't have a curve in it.
Can't be curved, no, it's flat.
Brilliant. Cheers, mate.
All right.
So, the water level in the canal,
Yeah.
horizontal, right?
Yeah, so, yeah.
Because like it goes...
That's what the lock does. The lock changes the level, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So in theory, from one lock to the next, the water level should be the same.
So, like here, the canal goes from Liverpool Locks
Yeah.
all the way to Apley Bridge.
Yeah.
27 miles.
Yeah.
One level.
No.
No locks.
Oh, no locks.
There's no locks from Liverpool all the way. This is the
If
south.
there's no locks, in theory, it should be level.
Yeah,
Otherwise, your water would spill out of it.
I know. I know. Horizontal, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So.
Cheers, mate. Okay, so that's just a video I had talking to a surveyor. I've had many of those conversations. Dead easy. Anybody you'll talk to. Surveyors will talk to you at the side of the road. Try it next time. And then God's auditor, because he's obviously a big man, says, we didn't ask you about canals. We asked you what you think about the general shape of the earth is, Bev. Big E. And I put, it's definitely not flat. I know that much. And Red says, Bev, I must once again ask that you be honest. I understand that this is a challenge for you, but do try to answer the previous question in the reference tweet. And then same one again. Which picture's best? Which one do you like best? And then I put, if you want to debate, then we can debate. If you're too chicken to, then let everybody know by putting a stupid requirement on me that I'll never make. The earth is not flat. Now, if you want to debate me, man up and set the debate. That's me to Red's rhetoric. God's auditor says, why would he debate you on something he agrees with, Bev? The only way there can be a debate is if you would disagree on the shape of the earth. And you know Reds thinks it's round. Round. So exactly what would you be arguing for?
So round, not necessarily globe.
Yeah, yeah. Weasel words, isn't it? Just squirm out of it. I never said globe. I said round. And then I say, he agrees that level is a straight line on a horizontal plane? Question mark. That's good to know. Does he also agree that all horizontals are parallel? And God says, you're here asking for a debate, Bev. I'm not, am I? I've just said, if he wants to debate, then set a fucking debate. I just want to chat. And I'm not really that arsed about having a chat with him, to be honest. He's the one that seems to want to have a bit of a hoo-ha about this. And then he says, we're simply asking you to tell us what you think that is, not Red's rhetoric. This is God's auditor. He's part of the big group with Red's rhetoric, obviously. Anything less is just babbling randomly on your part. We can't argue with you if we don't know what you're arguing. And then I say, I'm not asking for a debate. I wanted to show him the Realising Euclid Tests. But he started with this debate stuff. I think he's just too scared to chat, to be honest. And then it goes on a bit more. All of these other people debate. Yeah. And then, right, okay, so we can come back to Discord. And I've got some pictures that I'm going to put in that I took this morning. Just so everybody can get up to date with it all. These 3 posts here. This one was... So where do we meet to discuss the terms of the debate? Do you have a Discord? I say to Reds. Let me just check this. These are in the right order. Oh no, this one. I see. So because you know you can't win a debate while adopting flat earth, you wish to just preach flat earth nonsense without the labour of backing it up. Sounds boring. Why not just be honest about the shape you believe the earth and defend it? This is Red's rhetoric. I say, it's definitely not flat. I don't preach that it is. Red's rhetoric says, yet that is your position. You have said that before, but it is clear that you are not confident in your position. I am so confident you lack such in your position, I will put $500 on it. So here's the deal. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get that. Oh. And then here's the deal. It gives the deal. And blood we drunk, flesh we ate. I don't know. Says he's going to just repeat one word and claim a win because it's just how he always does it. Dishonest and a po. I've never claimed a win in anything, to be honest. I don't think you can win in conversations. You just have conversations. And Red's rhetoric says, and that would not be a legitimate debate, which is what I'm paying for. So Red's rhetoric is paying for a legitimate debate. Now, Red's rhetoric wants me to adopt flat earth. He wants me to adopt the flat earth position. He knows I've said it's not flat. It's obviously not flat. But he wants me to adopt the flat earth position. And now, as far as I've heard, everybody here knows as well. I think saying level is a straight line on a horizontal plane, that they think that's a flat earth position. Even though I'm not a flat earther, that's a position I hold. We have common ground. So me not being a flat earther can hold a flat earth position quite easily within debate with Red's rhetoric. So, let's see the next ones. He then goes to this one here. It says, we're trying to work out how to work out where we meet up so we can arrange the terms of this debate that Red's rhetoric wants. And I say, do you have a Discord? He says, nope, hate that platform. This one of the best platforms for doing this sort of thing. I don't know why he would hate it. Maybe because he doesn't like talking to people. It does get awkward for some people, you know, conversations. He says it will be done live on my channel. You can choose Friday or Saturday to have this discussion. Be sure to bring the moderator of your choosing. This is a discussion about the debate, and he wants me to bring the moderator that I choose. So I say, you want a moderator to discuss terms of the debate? Send us a link to your Discord where we can chat about the format and how this will work, and we'll see what can be done. I may have said Discord again there, just to... And then this one here. This is Red's rhetoric. This is what Reds has put out. And Bev has agreed to discuss terms for a flat earth debate. This discussion will be live on my channel at 5 PM EST on Friday. That's coming up, isn't it? It took forever to get this far, but at least some progress has been made. To which I say to him, because this is the best I've managed to get. I'll expect a link on Twitter on Friday so I can join a hangout to arrange the terms of a debate. I'll be live streaming, which I am, and I'll expect it could take any amount of time because Red's rhetoric has not said anything else to me. I don't know where I'm going to get this. I don't know what platform it's going to be to. I haven't got a clue what he's doing. So at some point today, there will be some sort of a Twitter message gone or something. Maybe it might be delivered from somebody who's blocked, or I don't know whether it'll be wrote down and shoved through the letterbox of somebody random somewhere. But Red's Rhetoric is meant to be sending us a message so I can have a link, and then I can go and try and arrange some sort of a debate with Red's Rhetoric where I adopt the position of the flat earth, because I don't think he can find any flat earthers to debate. He has to pay people, particularly me. I mean, I don't know why. I think he should be going after the other guys. I mean, Nathan Oakley's after a bit of money. Arwin could do with a bit of money. I mean, they're legitimate flat earthers. I don't know why he's doing that. So here's the terms of the debate. Can you read that? On the thing, yeah. It says the $500 debate challenge to Bev. Number one, Bev will adopt the flat earth position for the debate. Topography is not relevant, so don't bring it up. Mountains and valleys. We've already given up that. Mountains and valleys negate flatness. Forget about it. The debate will be titled Flat Earth versus Round Earth. Which model best comports with reality? They could be both. You could quite easily have a flat, round Earth. In that statement, you know. But I mean, hey, this is Red's Rhetoric. He's the one setting the debate. Both speakers, it says, will start the debate by presenting evidence for their model. I don't have a model, so I won't be able to do that unless you want evidence for a geometric model. I guess that, I mean, this is all sorts of stuff that we can talk about with Reds in a bit. The debate will be on the Non Sequitur show hosted by Steve McRae, who I've already had insulting tweets off. So the host of the platform that he wants is definitely biased towards Red's Rhetoric, and, you know, anti me. It doesn't like me at all. Says I'm stupid. Number 5, the debate will be moderated by someone of Bev's choice and somebody of his choice. I don't know why we need 2 moderators. We can't just have a neutral moderator. Surely that would be best. But again, this is Red's Rhetoric, and he's already said his moderator will be Mac Toon of the Horizontal Horizon fame. I don't know whether I'll be allowed to post those clips and stuff. Number 6, Bev agrees to follow these terms and understands he will not receive $500 if he fails to do so. And 7, if Bev follows these terms, he is guaranteed $500 no matter the outcome of the debate. Scam money for Bev. He spent our time scamming all that money, and I'm going to get some of it. Greasy little paws on the scam money. So yeah, we're going to be over there later. Do you like it? Getting a bit of debate action going. Hopefully we'll be able to start it all off, because I think it's Mobius started it with Blue. Just that discussion, that's all it needs, is a bit of communication, people talking to each other.
Sounds really strange to me. I remember like a couple of weeks back when Reds were reaching out to you when you were talking to him at the beginning, and now it's a whole deal about $500, and you have to assume the flat Earth position. Well, there's been some development. I just think it sounds quite crazy,
I
personally.
have to adopt the flat Earth position.
Adopt, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, there's not enough. I mean, there are flat earthers out there. I mean, I don't know if anybody else wants to debate Reds. I mean, Nathan Oakley, he's definitely a flat earther. And I don't think he's up for debating or anything. I mean, I don't know. About Arwin. There's loads of flat earthers that are out there. I can't understand why Red's rhetoric wants to debate me. Why he wants me to adopt flat earth.
I don't see it. Pay you $500 to adopt flat Earth to come and debate with him on the non sequitur show. For what?
I don't know. I'm curious though. Like I say,
Yeah, it'd be an interesting conversation.
Yeah, I'm a student of the trivium, so any conversation and communication and discussion that we can have will aid me in being able to have more discussions with more people. And as I've heard, Red's rhetoric is pretty hard to talk to, so I will judge how good I am at talking to people who are supposedly pretty hard to talk to. I hope he's listening in. If he isn't, then it doesn't matter. But I look forward to a good and fruitful conversation later about a debate. I'm learning about debates as well. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a proper debate in these circumstances. So, the non sequitur show, I mean, that's a pretty big thing, isn't it? I mean, he did pry it out of the hands of somebody else. So it's got a big platform. It's got a big name. A lot of money you have to deal with that. I heard that Ruhif had a hand in Steve McRae getting the non sequitur show. I hope. I think Emma's coming with us tonight. Are you going to come, Emma? What we'll do is we'll take this live stream straight.
Oh yes,
there.
I'm coming.
Yeah. I've still not had any conversation from them yet.
Okay, I don't think after tonight that the debate will happen, but we shall see.
Well, yeah, I have a prediction. I mean, like, how can anybody debate without an argument? It's going to be pretty tricky. I don't know how they're going to get around that.
Well, you can take a position and debate it even though you don't hold it, but I would be interested to see whether Reds would be willing to do it the other way around. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the same topic, maybe another topic, but for him to take the position that he doesn't actually hold in reality and debate from that position. And then it will be fair because you will have done it and so will he. Exactly as real debates should go. You don't have to hold a position to debate it. That's not the point of debate.
Wow.
But anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody knows that we're talking about level is horizontal. I mean, everybody talks about that. That's a flat Earth position, according to everybody else around here. It's just a position in reality, right? There's loads of people have that position, like that surveyor that I talked to 3 years ago that was just at the side of the road. I've talked to many more since as well.
For me, natural position would be as Reds is declared glober. So you can be just opposing him as an opponent. You would be debunking globe, for example, with geometrical proofs.
Rounder.
And that not round, not anything. Just debunking a globe model with geometrical proofs.
No, so he's going with round Earth, isn't he? He's not going with globe. I mean, that's one of the parts of the terms that we're going to have to work out, right?
Yes, for
Exactly
sure.
what his position
But
is.
first, come to terms.
Mhm.
What do you mean round?
Yep. That's why we have to have this meeting beforehand. You can't go into a debate on a half-baked idea of what round is. Circle to me
He
is
does
round.
not claim to have an argument. He says he's going to be, presenting evidence.
But it would need an argument. I would say that was one of the things that one of my stipulations within a debate. There has to be a central argument that you can either debate
for
for
sure.
or against.
Yes, it's down to the law of identity. That's what the debate is about, is to establish the identity of something.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, establish subject of the debate. What we are talking about or against. So
How
are we
about-
talking about globe or heliocentric model or something else?
How about we ask him to do half the debate, and then halfway through we switch, and you two switch positions.
Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
yeah.
And just to show everybody, if bring that up tonight, just to show everybody how willing, because then you could you could both go away and do research on both sides, and yeah, that's what the debate's all about.
Be interesting, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah. You go away, you have to do a little presentation for however long about things that you've researched about the topic. And then you have to also be able to answer questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would like that.
But for both sides, you have to be able to do both. Yeah.
Cross-examination is the crucial part of every debate, should be.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing the law of identity for quite a while.
Well, it'll be interesting anyway, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking on Twitter, still nothing.
It's only got an hour.
Yeah. He'll be setting his live stream up.
Am I going to have to join some new weird thing?
Yeah, I don't know what sort of platform he's going to send us and what sort of sign up you're going to have to do in order to get to it. He didn't tell me. I was asking him, what have you got?
Can they not just use Discord?
Have you got a Zoom? Have you got a, like a Streamlabs? I haven't got a clue what it's going to be. I've never entered any of those other ones. Really, I've had Zoom with McToon. Got all of those.
Anyway,
up and down.
We've got an hour left. Is there anything else anyone wants to talk about?
Yeah, I don't want to fill up all the time. Anybody want to talk about proof? Stealing children's meals and things like that.
What?
Yeah, robbing kids' food off the table.
Why is what?
Wasn't there a big thing about people robbing food off their children?
I was totally lost for a moment then, but now I've joined you on your train of thought. A dinosaur falcon wants us to talk about the moon landings, or lack of.
Yeah, it didn't happen, did they? I don't know anybody that thinks they actually did. Even my dad's doubtful. He's definitely a boomer.
Didn't they, wasn't it supposed to launch the other day and it hasn't launched?
I don't know. There was a lot of talk about rockets a bit ago.
Now people can compare CGI from 70s or 60s and nowadays CGI. So this is pretty much evident that it was CGI, poor CGI. So
only able to do it with really bad black and white TV technology.
yes.
What about? Come on, who's going to talk about it? Somebody want to bring it up. The big,
okay.
big
I'll bring
divide.
it up. I'll bring it up. Nathan Oakley and Jeranism are having a domestic, everybody.
They're splitting up flat Earth over the ether. The ether is coming between flat Earth.
I don't think it's the ether that's done it.
No,
I
I don't
think
think so.
I think this is just how it's always been. There's always little groups that think one thing and the others don't. And yeah.
It was proof, wasn't it? Wasn't that the falling out proof? Scientific proof specifically?
There's been lots of things they've fallen out about.
Yeah, I think it might be science, though. I mean, there's one side that's defending science, and the other one that's sort of, I don't know whether it's misunderstanding or just, but yeah, there's two camps. There is science doesn't prove things, and Nathan Oakley and the Flat Earth debate crew at the minute.
So Nathan and that are saying that science does prove things.
I think so.
Okay, but what do they mean by prove things?
Don't know. Like it seemed to be a discussion about water boiling at 100 degrees, I think. That's where it started with Jaren. With the proof thing, anyway.
Wait. Boiling water is proof for ether?
No. Like we say, these things run a little bit deeper than the ether thing, right? We don't exactly know, but other than a bit ago, there was something that happened with Bob Nadell and Nathan Oakley on a Globebusters. I think, if I can remember back, maybe a couple of years back, Sleeping Warrior had been winding them all up about gravity, was it?
Yes, it was about gravity.
yeah.
And Bob Nodell, in a conversation with Jaron, just explicitly said that he cannot believe, it's beyond him, that the cause of, for example, of objects falling down is just relation between densities. That he cannot just get it. It's too simple for him. So he cannot take this explanation as true because, too simple or whatever. So
And then,
he went to...
Yeah, Nathan went over there, didn't he? He went to Globebusters. Nathan, I think.
Mm-hmm. Why is everyone so obsessed with not making things simple and belittling people who want to make things simple and easy to understand? I don't get why that's such a bad thing to do. I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Yes, gravity explains itself in that manner, and everything. If someone is going to add something like Maxwell's devil, so it is going automatically undercut of Occam's razor, because in science was always the one of the rules. It was that you cannot make entity beyond necessity, creating theory. So what is redundant, you just throw out. So because you can explain gravity with relation between densities only, you don't need anything else. And I think that for Bob Nodell, it was too simple and unbearable.
Right, so Nathan went over to, I don't know, put forward the case for, I don't know, the flat Earth debate position. I don't know, just to have a discussion about it. But as always, it turned into a feud, let's say, and that feud has been ongoing for quite a while, and this is just the latest occurrence of it. I think I think Sleeping Warrior's been keeping it alive because it went through the gravity thing to the electric. Was there like a magnetic electric sort of thing?
Yes, he invented some incoherent dialectic something. I can't remember what it is. Some new story.
That's Bob Nodell.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not up to date with Globebusters and how all of that stuff goes. But yeah, there's been an ongoing, let's say, Nathan Oakley would be on the empirical side. Would you agree with that?
Yes, in a sense, yes, because he's going along with QE and experimental method,
Yeah,
so to speak. So experiment, phenomenon, variables, independent variables, etc.
yeah.
So generally, Nathan, as I am aware, is rejecting ether because it is not scientific. As for me also, of course.
Yeah. Well, I think
When
this is
you
the
were-
difference in... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, when you were at school, what were your general ideas about science? Because to me, I was taught that science was like cause and effect, and you did experiments, and you were figuring out cause and effects, that kind of thing. Never back then was proof ever mentioned.
Yes, but experiment is inside a proof, because if we have scientific experiment is about validating or checking our hypothesis. So we are doing experiment not just for fun,
but can you define that definitively as that is what proof is?
Yes, establishing cause and effect. So this causes this. This is my proof. If this causes that, I proved that there is a link between cause and effect, or not. This would be null hypothesis. So positive is that is true. My experiment proved that I was right. So the cause and effect relationship is established, or not if I fail. Like, for example, Airy's failure. It is experiment which allegedly didn't prove that stars are immovable and the Earth is moving. So it was called Airy's failure because he failed to prove that the Earth is moving. But it was like experiment. But you're right. Yes, experimenting is proving.
Mhm.
Via experiment, you prove your cause and effect relationship, and that is Aristotle's definition of knowledge: to know the cause of the thing. If you know the cause of the thing, you know it is knowledge, best knowledge as you can have.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
everyone else all agreed on that?
Yeah, I'd say
Do you-
if I can just put in there that
Mhm.
science is a if I do this, then this will happen, which is a logical statement, and that's where we build our proofs from, right? That's how I understand that proofs are made. So if you can do that within call it science, but science is just the acquisition of knowledge, and you get that through making a statement that you can come out with a statement at the end where it makes sense.
Yes, and your if in that case would be the cause. If I do something, something else will occur.
Yeah.
So
But do
this
they?
if is the cause.
But do they? Is this what they are using as their definition of proof when they say, "Oh, look here, we've got this photograph. That's proof."
Yeah.
No, photograph is not a proof.
Is
So
that this is the point I'm trying to get to?
Yeah.
So when we go over there and we start discussing proofs, we don't even have the same
Yeah.
definition of proofs.
Yeah, because they would have their logical statement would be, if I have a picture, then I have a proof, right? They've not checked the P's and Q's.
yes, and they say it is evidence because they are retracting from proofs, and they say now that
Yes.
science doesn't need proofs, only evidence.
They use
So
interchangeably. They use evidence and proof.
yes,
Like
but
they swap it around.
they are going away from proof, and for example, CGI from supposedly space should be evidence, and as we don't need proofs anymore, this evidence should convince you to believe. So this is modern.
But you can have circumstantial evidence.
Yes, it has to be credible evidence. So, for example, like picture real footage or photo of something. But for example, photos from NASA are not credible because NASA is on globe side, official globe side. So proving, for example, that the globe is true with NASA evidence is biased. So it cannot be used, for example, I think in court of law to prove, because if NASA is trying to prove something with their own CGI, so I wouldn't say that it could hold as a proof wherever.
I think that's the issue here that we're dealing with, or what these guys are dealing with, is just a bit of a misunderstanding. I'm pretty sure it is.
But what's going to happen when we go over there and say, okay, we need to talk about this and define what you mean by this? They're just going to go, oh my goodness, and you know.
I don't know. Let's see what happens with them. I think we're talking about Nathan and Bob at the minute. I mean, this is like completely out of the realm of the globe at the minute. The flat Earth fight. They were fighting. It was war, fighting to the death. The other day, it was quite entertaining. Yeah, Nathan Oakley has, which I consider the empirical side of science, which maybe you might agree with, but would we be okay calling that natural science to the limits that I would go with anyway. For science, natural science being the acquisition of knowledge about the natural world.
Yes, but I don't agree with his definition what it means natural, because
No, I'm
sometimes
saying for
he's-
me. I don't know what Nathan is. They go into science and they have buckyballs and light, and QE goes to all sorts of sort of lengths, doesn't he? I think they
Yes,
might
and
be
this-
to one step further. I would say, for me personally, since we've been doing this epoch, that I would only deal with stuff that I know about in the natural world. So I would deal with stuff that I could see. I wouldn't even talk about sciencing light, because I don't think
Yes.
you can.
Yes, for example, contradiction would be that if science is natural, so why they are pushing this double slit experiment or whatever it is in quantum, so-called quantum physics, as a proof of something?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is just, for me, it would not be proof in natural world, because there is no natural phenomenon occurred. But at the same time, they are just not speaking about obvious thing that can prove something, like gyroscope. And this game with this fiber laser or whatever gyroscope, I think it was between Bob Nodell and not only Nathan but rest of Flat Earther, was as I think, to kill this argument, not to bring this argument, because this argument is very strong. For me, this is obvious that gyroscope completely destroys globe model. But they don't talk about this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the big crowd. I mean, they've been doing it the same with us. I think any sort of argument, like a genuine argument, if you can build a genuine argument, which obviously, if you in reality you can build arguments like that easily. So we should be considering those. But I don't think it is that these arguments that people get into now. That was a bunny ear argument there. That was different than a proper argument. That they're shouting at each other, which stops the discourse. It stops people from being able to talk to each other.
Yes, and their tactic, Glober's tactic, is for a long time, and Red's rhetoric was, he will, I think, because he was doing that back in the day, so maybe he would just repeat what he was doing. He is showing a set of pictures of or footage, and he would try to force you to agree that this is evident, true evidence of something. And this is very tricky way, because if you say that you don't believe it, then he would call you dishonest. Why? I am dishonest. I brought you a false footage or whatever. This is very tricky discussion about pictures. But I think that this is only what they've got. Some pictures of something, or CGIs. So I would avoid at all cost to discuss pictures.
That'll be his argument, right?
His evidence.
Yeah.
His evidence.
Will be
Lots of pictures.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably most of the stuff that we've not had round here for quite a while. They've not been brave enough to come here with any argument for quite a while. They just come to dismiss what we say. Has anybody heard anything from any of the globers? That's why we said recently there is no argument in favor of the globe. They just don't have one. No arguments yet. So again, I think it'll be difficult for them. But I could say that to Nathan Oakley and Bob Nodell. I don't know what the argument is between them. Like, one of them says something about ether and the other one has a different opinion about ether.
Yes, but this is only opinion. I don't
Yeah.
understand. I think that this quarrel between them is somehow artificial. It's not natural. Because there is no beside this dialectric something which Bob Knodel introduced, which is for me that's bullshit story. But there is no other point to this, to argue against or about. I don't know, but I don't know everything. Really I know very little about that. But this is my just what I can infer from their discussions in the past.
Well, yeah, from what I've seen or what I've heard, it doesn't look like it's ever going to be resolved. But so what would the repercussions be of that within the flat earth? Because I've heard the Globe Gang have been saying that flat earth's dying. They've been saying that for all the time, really, ever since they came in. But this can't be good, can it? You're splitting flat earth into two separate camps. I mean, it's not as if the ether hasn't already split into two different camps in the first place.
No, it is not ether, because ether was present somehow anytime. So it's not new. This is a very old story. But I think that the division between, for example, Globebusters and Nathan Oakley show, or let's say group, was since this strange fiber laser something gyroscope, because Bob Knodel said, and it is a clip. There is a clip from that he says that this proves that the Earth is rotating. So, like, he is admitting that the Earth is not stationary.
Yeah.
And this, I think that this was the point of division between them. But I don't know if it is genuine, or it is set up to kill a gyroscope argument. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I think as far as I know, when I was racking my brain about this stuff, I don't know how everybody's aware of it. Way back in the day, they had Michelson and Morley, and they set up an interferometer, which is basically a thing with set up at right angles with mirrors, with light bouncing, and they spun it. They initially did that to see if there was a movement of the Earth. I don't know how. Don't ask me how. It's just one of those strange things that they did when they did the test. But they found out with that there was no movement of the Earth, or that was the initial outcome. But in order to fix that, obviously, because there's a certain group of people that can't have that particular outcome, no movement of the Earth. So they in turn said, well, we'll get the movement of the Earth. It must mean that there's no ether. So it was like a scientific debate that was raging on at that time. And they chose to come up with excuses as to why it showed that the Earth was not moving, and did a deal to get rid of the ether as I don't know, a medium that everything was in somehow. And then this is the latest reincarnation of the ether coming back now. So I don't know whether them bringing ether back is a threat to science and the Michelson-Morley sort of interferometer idea. And that's what, you know, is lying in the background. Whether, you know, like one group of people bringing the ether back is then questioning that particular, let's say, mistake. Because obviously if the ether's coming back, then they think that particular experiment.
I think that this is a case with Einstein, because he created, I am not scientist, so I am not very, I didn't go through this very thoroughly, but he wanted to get rid of ether, and that's why he created, also that's why he created his theory of field, or general theory of field, or whatever it is called. But he couldn't very well, but his intention was to get rid of ether in theory. And now when his theory and theories are under attack, so I think that that's why the ether is brought back again, because somehow maybe Einstein is defeated, or maybe he will be in the future. So this is a good time to bring back the ether, the main enemy of Einstein. But this is my only speculation. I cannot support that with any evidence.
Yeah, well, because it's the ether.
Of course.
It's just made to
You're
confuse
going
people.
Too high. You're going too far high the ladder there, paper. Let me tell you what happened, what I think happened. There's this guy called Theora Apophis, Mr. Magnet. Now, he's the guy that brought the ether back. And we have some followers of him that are really enthralled with this idea, and they're championing it now. That's all this is.
How this guy's name? Because you broke for me for a little, and I didn't hear his name.
He goes by two names, Ken Wheeler and Theora Apophis.
I'm hearing this first time.
You never heard of Ken Wheeler?
Ken Wheeler, I heard, but I don't know the guy. I don't know this name on this Discord, but I don't know. I am not up to date with new so-called scientists and big fishes in that field. So, sorry.
Yeah, he's been around for ages. He's not new.
Yeah. But it's the magnetic and electric sort of stuff. I always considered him as being like the magnetic guy. But yeah,
he's the magnet guy, but he brought out the ether. He champions the ether.
Yeah, I think
they talk about counter space and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, we were talking about him the other day. He talks like somebody who is a genius, and he might well be, but I'm not on his level, so I just literally don't understand it. So yeah,
there's no question he's a smart man.
Yeah,
there's no question he's a smart, educated man. But I don't care how smart and how educated you are. When you start talking counter space with me, I'm going to question you on that, bro. I mean, I'm sorry, but what the hell's counter space? He says magnets don't attract each other. They repel into counter space. Now, I mean, come on.
That's why I have always Occam's razor in my pocket for this. Don't create entities which you cannot prove in theory. So, and he is doing that, and many people are doing that. They are creating some entities to explain something that they cannot explain in simple way. But at the same time, for example, you can have simple explanation, like, for example, for gravity, which would be relation between densities. But no, they are introducing something else. So this should go under cut of Occam's razor, but I think in nowadays it doesn't work anymore. They like to introduce anything they like.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like totally disregard ether or whatever that could be. Like Tesla talked about the ether a lot, but the fact of the matter is, you can't explain it more than quantum foam, than the quantum boys can. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're talking about something that you can never prove as if it's fact.
Yes, that's why it should go under cut of Occam's razor if we are talking on the scientific level. But now science is on that, for me, low level, that they are just introducing what they want. And they cannot support that, but they are okay with that. You
Yeah.
have to believe that.
Like if I'm gonna say to the 0 point energy people, like, you're crazy, right? So, and then you have quantum foam, right? That sounds like a joke to me. Well, the ether is equally as bad. You know what I'm saying? There's no proof of either one. What's quantum foam? What's ether?
Yeah, you can't.
What's a black hole?
Can't define it because you can't go back to the start to say what it's similar to.
Yeah. But what kills me is they're both arguing a thing which both of their paradigms, the ether boys talk about counter space, and the quantum boys, the particle boys, talk about quantum foam and 0 point energy. So both of them are making shit up, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, both sides. Yes, quantum physics is the newest bullshit science for me. Because in science, normal science, as Aristotle stated, you have to have a proof. Certain to gain certain knowledge, and in quantum physics you can only have probability. So according to Aristotle's standards, that would be not knowledge.
Yeah, it's all probability in quantum. Yeah.
Yes, but
everything superposition, everything all at once, and then when you view it, boom, it reveals and crazy nonsense, you know?
Yes, but probability is not reality. There is the difference in Aristotelian philosophy. There is distinction between fact or act. The word actual is from actus in Latin. It means something that is now. It has to be real, and possibility is on the other end. So in philosophy, you have distinction between something actual and something possible. There are two ends. So being something possible is not sufficient to prove anything in philosophy. So, and in physics, also it was not sufficient. But now it seems that it is sufficient to prove things. I disagree with that completely because I stick to Aristotle.
Yeah, I prefer to stick to reality myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a thing from Saragaki here. It's been on screen for a while. Always good to hear of these other languages and the way they deal with these words, because we do deal a lot in words and how they've changed over time. And as far as I know, Saragaki's land that he's from seems to have the most ancient language, or the most I don't know, Saragaki, is it like original? Is it, where does it go back to, the heritage of your
Well, it is the Old Norse language.
Norse?
It is old
Yeah.
language. It has changed over time, and there are places that have kept it even more intact. But its roots are really old.
Reading
Valhalla.
Well, do you want to go over it, Saragaki? That
Yeah,
thing that
because
you
you
put,
went
it's
into this
it's
earlier.
brilliant. Yeah.
The idea of evidence and proof, because if you're going to go into a debate, right, and I've been thinking about this for a while, this distinction between the two, especially since we've been talking about proof so much. And how would I hold a conversation about this in my own language? I asked myself. And we only really have this one word that relates to this. And I put in the chat, it's bevis, which, if I'm going to directly translate, I'd say that's the one to use for proof. However, the word itself has more finessence behind what it means. It's to show in reality that it is so, that it is true, whatever it is. It's, somebody says something, you tell them to bevis, prove it, to show in reality that it is so. That is what it means. But the word evidence, then, on the other hand, we have no word for it. We only have this
no
one word.
word. I was thinking that as well. Like, everybody, when we were saying the other day into the knowledge, and they said they inquired and they asked everybody to ask themselves, what is knowledge? For you to understand the meaning of the word. I do the same for evidence.
Yeah.
I can support Sarugaki because, for example, many philosophers or logicians, but in ancient times, ended their proof with words "quod erat demonstrandum," what was to be demonstrated. So the best translation for proof is from Latin demonstration, showing.
Yeah.
This is showing. Demonstration is showing something to our mind. So this is what this word Latin and in English also means, demonstration, demonstratio. It is showing something in public, for example. So, but evidence, this is, it is linked to word video, I see. So what our eyes are seeing, not what we understand, but what we see only. This is not showing proof for our mind, but just like picture. This is evidence only, but without this process of thinking about that. So something else, because demonstration in logic, it would be demonstrative proof. It is logic proof that shows, for example, that this has to be that way. And this is inevitable consequence of something. And it is called demonstration. And it is equivalent to proof. But evidence is just only as a support for for a claim or for proof. So you can support your proof with evidence, but evidence is not itself proof. And cannot be, and that's why it is different word, because it refers only to our senses. Vidence, it means able to be seen.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's good.
Yeah, I like that.
So the difference between evidence and proof is some sort of mental process with, like I would say, with a demonstration. A demonstration shows a method, it shows a procedure that you can mentally reason that, the whole process together within a demonstration.
Yes, and it is demonstration, but not to your senses, but to your mind.
Yeah.
As you understand the whole process, so you can take this proof as yours and understand this and accept this, if it is true, of course.
Yeah.
But evidence is just support, can be just support if we are operating in physical world, for example. Of course, it is support and it is necessary support. For example, support for verticals being perpendicular to horizontal will be plumb line and horizon. This is our evidence.
Mhm.
This is not proof, but evidence. And then, based on that, we can prove that vertical is perpendicular to horizon with evidence of physical world.
Yeah. Do you want to you want to carry on with that one, Saragaki? I think you
Yeah.
got to the evidence bit, which
Yeah,
this is
because
fascinating. Go on.
yeah, this is where it gets murky, right? Because if there is no word that can translate from evidence to my language, then how can I go about understanding the word to begin with? And you can use it in a sentence. Like, it is very evident that, this or the other thing. And the way you're using that word in that sense, in the sentence there, it's closely related to the word uppenbart, which would mean obvious in English. It is very obvious that. But the word uppenbart, if you take it in this other meaning right underneath, when you use it as uppenbaring, it means revelation. So there's a strong correlation there, which, with obvious and revelation, both of those do have a relationship to truth in their own way. But in this sense of the word evidence, with the debate coming up and everything, then a video from the 60s, like Paper just said, it's not proof of anything. It's like saying the first edition of Superman is evidence for Superman's existence. It's circular reasoning, and it's not logic whatsoever. So I would say that's probably why we don't have this word in my language, because there is no reason to make up a word for something that is circular reasoning. We already have that word and that phrase. Right. So
Yeah.
it's fascinating to me that language works this kind of way.
Yeah, what's even more fascinating as you're explaining this, Saragaki, is that what's the word that people that come in here and talk to us that they'll use? They'll use evidence. In fact, they'll say that we only have evidence. We don't have proof for anything. But it's interesting that in your language, it's the opposite. Evidence doesn't exist as a word in your
Yeah.
language. It's only proof.
Yep.
That's fascinating to me.
That's why I think this is so interesting, right? The law of identity, like in my language, it is set in stone. We don't even have the word evidence, like you're pointing out. Like it doesn't get skirted around. It's more in your face in the language.
Which is why I have said in the past when we've gone through the trivium pieces and stuff like that, that I think the English language, quite honestly, if I were a sophist, I would have created the English language.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, right?
The amount of words we've got, like evidence. I mean, what does it mean? It only means what you attach to that word. Like Saragaki's just said, his language doesn't even have a word for it.
Yeah.
It's a
it was like,
nonsense word. Has no meaning.
yep.
Only
And it's
what you
like,
attach to it.
yeah. And remember, you talked yesterday about how paper challenged Rob Parks about definition. And yeah, you could have conflicting definitions. Well, yeah, maybe in English, that's a thing, right? But even more proof that if I were a sophist, I would love the English language back in the day, right? If the sophists back in, you know, the BCE days, if they had English language, they'd be in their glory, and I think they are today, quite honestly.
I'd like to be a ghost back then when the guy who chose to spell cat with a C, I'd slap him like he'd get a slap, like, and he wouldn't know where it came from.
It's funny you should say that, SE, because my dad, who is from Italy, says the same thing about. I mean, he's been in this country for since 1957. What is that? 65 years, and he still can't spell English because it's so bizarre.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
English spellings are so bizarre. Yeah, to him
It
anyway.
makes no sense.
No sense at
Like, you
all.
can't do it
None.
phonically. There's no way to
Yeah.
learn English
Nope.
phonically. No
Nope.
way. You need a memory. If you don't have a memory, you'll never spell English properly.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah, this is fascinating, Saragaki. Love it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
It's one of the best things that we do, right? The the logos involved in all of this stuff, and how Saragaki and where Saragaki lives, all of that stuff, and this language particularly, that's been the most fascinating thing. Every time we come up with something and we have some sort of a problem, Saragaki's comes along with these old ancient words and his language that seem to sort it out. It does seem to be much simpler, in the olden days. With the words that they use, they describe things much better, like you've just explained there with the English language. There's a lot of things that just don't make any sense because they're all been brought in from different places. They make new words at the drop of the hat. They change words. They have different definitions and just change them.
I guess there was no peer review back then, right? When the guy put a C instead of a K, there was no one there to say, hey, dude, you sure you want to do that? Like, we have a good letter for that. It's a K. Now, why the hell did you put a C there?
Just to confuse people.
I was going to say just to mess with everyone's heads, basically. Yeah. That's why I did it. Yeah.
So to clarify, evidencia, evidence would be that we know thing from looking at it only. No inferring, no very much thoughtful thing, but just we see and we know by seeing. Not very much to know. Just seeing. Knowing by seeing object. For example, the ball,
by seeing
or the
a
stone.
number, right? Reading and repetition of the times tables. You see, you say. That's it, isn't it? Here's a picture. What's this?
Rather not with numbers, because numbers is linked with reading, and reading involves thinking. I would say rather seeing reality, seeing something in the real world. That would be evidence. But we still don't know what it is, or we cannot prove anything with that. Just seeing, you see, house, horse, cat, this is evidence. Just it, nothing else.
Well, again, I'd have to go back to school, look at the times table and see that repetition of people saying things. You are literally just reading evidence, aren't you? 2 + 2 is 4. Right? If you're just saying it out loud and doing that, you're not putting any mental process into it. You're just reading it out and doing the times tables all the same. I never did that. I couldn't, my process didn't work like that. With the repetition, it didn't help me at all. I had to work a different way of doing it because I needed to have the brain to work something. Never been any good at remembering by seeing.
That was my case too.
Yeah.
That's why in some way, I was blocked to mathematics because with this stream of algebraic expressions and numbers and letters and squares and whatever, it was the demand of teacher was just to write it down to my notebook, and so to remember by heart nearly. But if I don't know what it is, I couldn't learn, and still till today it is for me. I have not very good memory, so I cannot memorize something that I cannot understand.
Me too. Just doesn't go in.
So we're all bad spellers, I take it, the three of us.
Yeah.
That's my English accent is very, very terrible. But on the other side, my Polish accent is excellent, intact, and perfect.
I'm just checking Twitter. There's still nothing from Red's rhetoric at all. Nothing.
Oh, joy. I always love a last minute dash.
Yeah. It'll be so we can say that we're not doing something right, and you know it's our fault.
We're
and
late.
how slow
Yeah.
are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean it's all expected. Yeah. So sorry, I don't know where we were there. We just went off on one about evidence and proof. That's fascinating, isn't it? Only words for proof, where the proof is linking it to be demonstrated, what was it? To show it so it is.
To show that it is so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can break down the word. Vis both means to show, but it also means wise. You know, old and wise.
Yeah.
But you put the prefix be in front, then you're talking about to actually, like the process of actually going about showing in reality that whatever the statement was is true, that it is so in reality. It's encompassing the entire process from start to finish to actually prove to the other party that your statement was correct, that it was true.
It's a very descriptive language. I like it.
Yeah, I think
Is it a Germanic type language?
Well, they say so. Yeah, that's Germanic language.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, the old Norse. I like it. Coming from up north.
Yep, very far north.
Very far. But I mean, how do we know?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Yeah. The furthest north we know.
Yep.
Or even that, I don't know. How do we know what north is? Well, that's one of those questions, isn't it?
I really want to ask Saragaki how to say a name out of a book I used to read as a child, and to know whether I was pronouncing it right in my head.
Yeah, go.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to write it, aren't I? Hang on, bear with me a sec. I think it's Thyri. Yeah.
Type it out in the chat.
There you go.
How did you? What did you when you were reading
No,
it?
no, I
Well,
know
come
we're
on, yeah,
not.
you go on, you go
No,
first.
no, because I was a child that didn't know any better, so it was whatever I could decide at the time. But I'm just interested to hear how it sounds properly.
In my dialect up north, we'd say tyre.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Go ahead, Emma, say it so we can die of laughter.
No, that's kind of what I thought it was. Yeah.
Say it.
No.
Come on, roll the tongue. Come on.
Hey, you
I
brought it
can't
up.
do.
You gotta
No,
say it
I
now.
can't do that. But yeah, it was kind of along those lines. Yeah, it sounds so much better when you say it though. How it's supposed to be.
It looks like 3 to
Tyre.
me, that. 3.
Yeah, it does
Hmm.
actually. Yeah.
Say it. Say it.
Essie, shut up.
No, the tourists here, and yeah, even my wife is foreign. They all say the same thing. That rolling of the R's, it's just forget about it.
Yeah, you can't do it. You just can't do it. There's something different about your tongues over there. Or I don't know.
This is how Emma would say it. Terry.
That's how
No,
you
that
would
was
That's
mimic
how,
Emma
yeah.
saying it.
Can't do that.
awful.
Can't do that, I see. Not this week.
Next week, maybe.
Yeah. Still
Come on,
no
Red.
sign from Red. Still nothing.
Gadget seems to find the most weird gifts. Yeah, I thought I was bad, but Gadget, you surpass even me.
I still think Emma should say it.
I won't tell you what I think.
What was the book? Talking about
No,
Norse. Was it
see?
Norse legends type stuff?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was all to do with like Valhalla, and it was back in the old Norse Viking days and all the old gods and that kind of thing. And it was about a woman that turned into a wolf.
She-wolf.
I can't remember what the book was called.
What was her name again?
Saragaki, can you say it again?
Oh, that's a
Right, I
lady's
see.
name, is it?
Yeah, that's a lady's name for sure.
Yeah.
Right. Does it have a meaning?
No, it was just that was the name of the main character in the book.
Yeah.
I can't see like readily available. I can't see a meaning specifically. No.
Not to
So,
names, just names.
yeah, names
Yeah.
do not have meanings in general here. They are just identifiers, names. Yeah.
Oh.
However, though, surnames in tradition, they actually are specific to your family line, to whoever was your ancestors and who started the family line. That's pretty interesting, but that's it could be for another day.
Yeah, it's all very interesting.
They have a very, very interesting history which goes way back, which is not very well known. Like they discovered America way before Columbus, number one.
Yep.
I just can't believe that people were so arrogant as to think that, that's how it happened. There weren't any people there before. Not possible.
Yeah, we discovered an empty piece of land. Yeah.
Still no sign of
Not an empty piece of land, an empty continent. They expected, yeah. Sure.
First of all, they already tell us it wasn't empty when they got there, right? Second of all, you have to build on the assumption also that they were the first ones to go there who weren't natives. It's a little much.
Yeah, there's a big backstory behind Columbus, that he was an Italian, he was another nationality, and they already knew that the land was there because they had manuscripts from exactly what we're talking about now, right? Saragaki's people. So, yeah, it's all mishmash history, what they tell us.
Columbus supposedly his task was to go to India, and he just went to some land before, and his thought, this is version I learned in school.
That's the story, yeah, the official story.
Yes, that's why the Native Americans are called Indians because he thought that he is in India, and he called them Indians.
Yeah, the official story goes they were trying to find another route because the Ottoman Empire had blocked all access to the east. So they were trying to find another route to India. That's the story.
You forgot something about the story. They were looking for spices.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We're gonna go over here and get these spices a little bit cheaper. Sorry.
No, you're right, Redmond.
Oh, 2 minutes off. Let's see. Oh, what? No notifications. Strangely enough, there's nothing from any of the trolls or anything. Everybody stopped. Even Chikey stopped posting on Twitter.
The YouTube's been quite quiet as well.
Yeah, I know. Apart from Brenda.
They know he's not going to show up.
Oh, no. There it is. There's a message.
It's going to be a demand. It's going to be a demand. When the moon is high above, you lift one leg to the east.
I need to be able to copy. Right. I'm just going to send it to you, Emma. And then I'll be able to just get it on my thing. How's that? There you go. You just talk for a minute, you guys. I need to nip to the toilet and then I'm ready for it. So you talk amongst yourselves and we'll be over there in Reds in a minute.
So this is going to be the meeting to discuss the meeting, if I have this correct.
Yes, that sounds very official.
I don't think it'll be a meeting. I don't even think he'll show up. I don't think he has the gonads.
He's going to make it ridiculous. First of all, from what I understood, he wants Bev to take a position that the earth is flat. Right there, that's ridiculous from the get-go.
Sound like a man.
It's like, we're going to debate, me and you, Redmond, and I want you to take a position that you're a LGBT supporter, for example. Or whatever, you're a Democrat. Well, meanwhile, you're a Republican, right? But I want you to take the Democrat position.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I bet he couldn't get past the straight line test, or better yet, the 7 questions. He couldn't get past that. Almost willing to bet that.
And then he
Put some
makes
money on
like, yeah, then he makes like 7 demands or something.
Yeah.
We can't use topography. We're going to talk about the shape of the Earth, and we can't use topography. Like what?
It's working. Okay.
It's like a girl.
Right, I'm going to have to mute you guys here in Discord.
I'll mute myself. Gotcha.
So, you guys want to watch us on YouTube or whatever?
Yeah, put it on there.
I'll be back here in a bit.
There we go. He's there.
Hello. Mic check.
Okay, let's add to stream. Ooh, god damn that mic. Fuck. Bev, is your microphone working?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, there's like a electrostatic noise in the background, whatever that is.
That was me.
That's you?
Yeah, I was running in the other room and I lose signal in the other room.
Fuck.
It's all right. I'm good now. I just had to get a lighter.
No, that's fine.
Okie dokie.
Can we get mic check, please?
I hear fine.
Bev, mic check, please.
Yeah, hello. Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Yes, we can hear. Okay, we'll go ahead and get this shit show on the road. Before we actually start, let me go ahead and just lay one really strict ground rule that I'm not going to fuck around with. We're here to talk about one thing and one thing only, and that's the terms for the debate, and we will stay on that subject. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, here we go. Let's go ahead and get this shit going. Let me make a few announcements first. So, if you two would do me a favor and please mute your microphone so we don't get any feedback for this first bit, and then I will introduce people, and then we'll get on into it. Sound like a plan? Cool. Here we go. All right, bear with me. All right. According to this thingamajig and the doohickey with the whatchamacallit, it says that we are live. Yippee, Yankee Doodle-doo, I guess. Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway. So, here's the deal for today's live stream, I guess. First of all, hello to everyone who has joined us. Thank you very much for being here. So, let me explain what is going on here real quick. Myself and Bev have been having a bit of a conversation, I guess you can call it, on Twitter for the last few weeks. Seems like fucking forever. But essentially, it has come down to this, where we are here to set up a future debate on the Non Sequitur show. Now, in order for that to be a thing, we, of course, need to go over terms for said debates. And at the very end of this stream, hopefully, if all goes well, we are going to agree on said terms and then schedule the debate on the Non Sequitur show in the future. So with me, I have Bev, who will be my opponent for the debate. And also with me, we have Sly Sparkane, who will be one of the moderators for the debate. And we also have Emma here. Let me add her to the stream. And we will go ahead and get into all of it. So the moderators are going to be, for the most part, staying out of it, maybe asking some clarifying questions. And for myself and Bev, we're going to go over terms. And that's going to be basically the entire stream. There's going to be no debate when it comes to the shape of the Earth. There's going to be no discussion on evidence or proofs or whatever. We're here to just set up the debate where that can actually be discussed. Now, to get everything ready to rock and roll on this shiznit, I am going to live stream my little thing here, or I should say share my screen here, so please let me get this up. So it says the $500 debate challenge to Bev terms. Number
I'm
one.
trying not to make jokes. I'm really not.
Yeah, of course. Bev will adopt the flat earth position for the debate. Topography is not relevant, so don't bring it up. That's number one. Number two, the debate will be titled Flat Earth versus Round Earth. Which model best comports with reality? This is similar to the debate that I had with Jeranism. In fact, it's the exact same thing. Number three, both speakers will start the debate by presenting evidence for their model. That doesn't mean you start hammering on the other person's model. You have to actually present evidence for the model that you represent. The debate will be on the Non Sequitur Show hosted by Steve McRae. The debate will be moderated by somebody of Bev's choice and somebody of my choice. Bev agrees to follow these terms and understand he will not receive the $500 if he fails to do so. And if Bev followed these terms, he is guaranteed $500 no matter the outcome of the debate. Now, this is subject to modification, changes, which is what we're here to discuss. And so that is basically where we are at. So with that, all things being said, Bev, do you agree, disagree? Why not? Let's go ahead and break into this discussion.
You want to do it point by point on your thing there? Start at point one.
Okay.
Adopting the flat earth position. What exactly does that mean to you? What is the flat earth position? You're the one that's paying for it. Like what do you mean?
Similar to the position that Globebusters adopts.
I don't know Globebusters at all. Literally.
Do you know Jeranism?
No.
Do you know Rob Skiba?
No.
Do you know Bob Nodell?
Well, I've heard of them, but I don't know what their position is. I've not got a clue.
Do you know of Allegedly Dave? Allegedly, possibly, maybe, we don't know.
I've heard of him, but I mean, okay. What do you mean? What position?
May I ask a question or a clarification?
Oh, we're off to a great start already. All right, go ahead.
I would just say that the flat earth position would be that of somebody deciding that the earth is A, not a spherical planet, and B, proof of it being something else.
I'm going to go ahead and just say flat earth being that the earth in general is flat. That's the position I want you to adopt.
Okay. Would you be okay?
That allegedly Dave support or adopts, the one that Bob Nodell adopts, Jeranism adopts, the what's his name? The Morgile adopts.
I don't know any of those guys. Like you're obviously in America, you're in a different place. Well, how about if I go with level is a straight line on a horizontal plane and not a big Wazin circle?
If you want to define it that way, then be my guest. But
is that a flat Earth position? Is that a position you would like me to adopt?
That's part of something that I assume a flat earther would say.
Okay.
But that's not the whole thing. Like, for example, Jeranism will bring up like observations done on the horizon.
Do you want to debate Jeranism?
Red, let me interrupt you there, and I'm going to actually side with Bev on this. We can't ask Bev to take the sides of people that he does or does not know, whether he does or does not know them. That's just being fair. I understand. I personally understand exactly where you're going with that. However, you can't assume that somebody else is studied or supports or doesn't support the discussion of somebody else.
That is correct, which is why I'm saying that a good place to start would be to study them. And also another good place to start would be to look at common flat earth talking points. And this leads me to a nice clean way that we can solve this little predicament. Today, actually within the next 10 minutes ago, there is currently a flat earth discussion happening on Twitter. Now, if you have mobile, you can go into what has been called Flat Earth Fridays. And Bev, I encourage you to go into Flat Earth Fridays and you can ask the flat earthers what they actually believe, and then you can adopt their position for the debate. So if you agree to do so, then I recommend go ahead and give them a shout, give them a chat, give them a ring, and then you can go ahead and study up on what it means to be a flat earther, which I imagine you already know.
I haven't
one
got a
other
clue.
thing-
I don't
one
know
other
what
thing.
you're talking about. I know a lot
Okay.
of people that say a lot of stupid shit. Obviously, like you do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Okay.
are they the positions that you'd like me to take? Like,
Well, let me put it to somebody that you actually do relate to, Bev, as I at least that I've noticed that you've been on his streams before and seem to adopt his position, the position of Nathan Oakley.
Oh, I forgot all about him.
Now
what's that
you have been on
position?
his stream. Well, you have been on his stream several times. He
don't-
is of the position that the Earth is not a spherical object, but rather an extensive plane. Now, if you would like to produce, if you would like to
Like
counter that
level
with
is
anything that
horizontal. Level is a straight line on a horizontal
we
plane.
are not talking about a line. We're talking about the planet Earth.
About all horizontal planes are parallel.
Basically, Beth,
How about
when you-
horizontal planes exist in reality? How about that one?
when you were a flat earther, as we have shown many
I
screenshots
wasn't a
of,
flat earther. I've never
I
been
have
a flat
screenshots-
earther.
I have screenshots that say the
You've
exact
got
opposite
screenshots of what?
of you being a flat earther.
Of me
So,
being red. Sorry, no. You have screenshots of me mentioning flat Earth. Do you have screenshots of me starting the hashtag defend the flat earthers?
I'm not talking about hashtags. I'm talking about the contents of the tweet.
Go on.
What? Describe the contents of the
tweet? Yeah. Go on. The exact words within the contents of the tweet, because we've had people come over and do this. We did it the other day.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Well,
Okay,
let me dive in one last time.
So
Let me dive in one last time, please.
Simply adopt the position that you were adopting when you made this tweet. Okay, here it goes. There is no bulge. See its level is one level, is verified by Google, or therefore at least 70% of the plane you live on is verifiably flat and level. Conclusion: you live on a flat Earth. I rest my case. I await your rebuttal. That was.
Do you have a rebuttal? Do you have a rebuttal? Do you want me to use that? How about that? Is that the position you want me to take?
Whatever position you were adopting when you made this tweet, sure.
Okay, well that's the position I was taking. I was making a what could you say, a flat Earth argument.
You said conclusion, you live on a flat Earth. So
If you follow through it, that's a good. I mean, if you want to go with that, that's the sort of argument I can bring. Yeah, if that's the one you want me to do.
Then for the first, then for this flat Earth thing, this flat Earth debate that we're going to have, I want you to adopt whatever position you were adopting when you made this.
When I made that argument.
When you said conclusion, you live on a flat Earth, and that's actually going to lead us into the number 3 point. That because the second point was actually the title. The third one is that for the first 10 minutes or however long the first section is, we're going to discuss that later, I'm sure. You will only present evidence for the model you are representing. So you
the
said
geometric
here in this
model.
tweet, you said here in this tweet, conclusion, you live on a flat Earth.
No.
For that 10 minute
you've
period
misunderstood
of time,
that, Reds. You've completely misunderstood that. The
conclusion, you live on a flat Earth?
70% is your model. Your model.
I'm going to disagree with you there, Bev. The words in your tweet here say conclusion, you live on a flat Earth.
Yeah, you've gone to the end and gone to the conclusion first. I've noticed this quite a lot.
That's the conclusion is usually the
conclusion,
result of an argument.
Yeah, you made this conclusion. You stated this conclusion. Therefore, I want you to back up your conclusion for the 10-minute period.
So instead of picking all these people out there who actually freely admit they're flat earthers, you want to pick someone who's written something in a tweet 3-4 years ago and try and get them to debate on a position you want them to.
Do they no longer hold this conclusion?
What if nobody wants to argue models?
Well, then I'm wondering why he is here then. If he doesn't want to debate, that's fine. If he doesn't want to debate,
I'm here to work out. Sorry, go on.
I was just, are you unable to find people that hold the flat Earth belief?
I like to be
I don't think
very
that's a question.
I like to be very selective, and I select Bev. I have my own reasons, and my reasons are my own.
Okay,
So
so yeah, just so we're clear that there are reasons behind this. This is what I want to get to. This isn't just I would like to debate someone. You have your reasons for picking Bev to take a position that he doesn't hold, which is fair enough because everybody should be able to do that. I mean, Reds, would you be able to argue for the flat Earth in a debate?
very poorly, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking him to back up the conclusion that he himself made in this particular tweet. So Emma, would you agree that this particular tweet made by Bev says conclusion, you live on a flat Earth?
How about we go back through some of your tweets from
You could answer the question, please.
2019. Yes, of course, everybody can see what it says written on the screen. I'm not sure
Okay,
why
so-
you're
so-
asking me a silly question.
Okay,
But
so if we're
Can
all in
we
agreement,
go and do the same to you then, and hold you to what you said 3 years ago? I'll just answer the question.
sure, but we need
Perfect.
to
Thank you.
we need to actually make sure this is
Okay,
agreed
we
upon
can go
first.
over this one in the debate if you want. This particular
no,
thing.
no.
It's not
The
worth
whole
hashing this
point-
out now.
the
But yeah,
whole
if you
point
don't
is to-
understand this question that I was asking, the
No, this isn't a
initial
question.
Bev, conclusion does not mean question.
I seem-
Conclusion, you live on a flat Earth is not a question.
you, not me. You. If you read the
why-
conclusion, if you read it properly, read
making
the
the
question. If you want to go over it now, because this is
Who's
what we're
making
going to
the
be doing in
conclusion,
the
Bev?
debate. Look.
Who's making the
Okay,
conclusion,
here
Bev?
goes. Somebody had said there is no bulge. Okay? Granted, or is there a bulge?
We're not here to debate that.
Okay,
right.
right.
now.
Okay, well, look, that's a statement I made. Sea level is one level, according to Google Earth. Is that true?
Are we debating the
On,
subject?
we're
already?
going over this statement, right? Because this is how we're going to go over it in the debate. Seeing as you say this.
What are you looking for a dress rehearsal?
Just, is Google Earth, does it say sea level is one level?
I'm not going to debate Google
Okay,
Earth
right. Well,
and
let's
the
say it
validity
does.
of
Let's
it.
say it does.
I'm
Therefore,
not gonna say
at
that. I'm
least
saying
70%, 70%
Bev,
of
Bev,
the
you're the
plane
one that made the
you
conclusion,
live
right?
on is verifiably flat, one level.
Bev, you made the conclusion, right?
Okay, and level. So it's verifiably flat and level within 70% of what you live on, because I don't have
Bev,
70%.
do we live on a spherical planet or not?
Right. And the conclusion of that statement is that you, because you have 70%, is flat, right?
The what? No,
That's
I'm
the argument.
asking
Well,
about
go on.
your
Well, come-
conclusion, Bev. You made the conclusion. Therefore,
What
I'm
would the
asking-
conclusion would you make if
I'm not
there
the
is
one that
no
made the
bulge,
conclusion,
sea
you
level
did.
is one level, as verified by Google, therefore
Bev,
at least
if you
70%
made
of
this
the plane that
conclusion-
you live on.
Let me just ask the point blank question. Would you be able to back up the statement you live on a flat Earth? Would you be able to do that for 10 minutes?
That one.
Yes, the one I just
No,
said. Would you be
it's
able to back that
not
up for
a
10 minutes?
viable proposition, is it? It's
So you will
flawed.
not be able to adopt the position?
Reds, it's flawed logic. Can you not see that?
I'm not asking whether or not it's flawed logic. I'm asking whether or not you can adopt the position.
Well, I'm asking you because I'm meant to be debating you, Reds. I'm sort of testing you here. That is a flawed logical statement that I was
So you-
taking the piss
Bev,
out of
Bev,
somebody with.
Bev,
And you
Bev.
never came up with a rebuttal.
Bev, we are not here to have the debate right now.
No, I know.
This is, but you're trying to.
No, I'm just trying to work out exactly what will happen in the debate. Because if you can't see how flawed that statement is and how it's a joke towards you guys, and the fact that you, instead of coming up with a rebuttal, decided to come up with some sort of a ridiculous challenge about a debate around what was a joke 3 years ago, then I don't know what sort of a debate we're going to be having.
When you said "Welcome to the flat Earth," I knew you'd come over. What did you mean by that? Just out of
Probably
curiosity.
taking the piss.
So every time you mention the flat Earth, you were just joking.
Absolutely. There's a group of people who get triggered by it. Yeah.
Okay, so being that you understood the flat Earth enough to make a joke about it, would you then be able to adopt the flat Earth as you understand it for the debate?
It's ridiculous. But I mean, I will be able to. If you want me to do a proper debate, I can hold the position that level is a straight line on a horizontal plane and all horizontals are parallel. I'll be able to come with arguments, proofs, and logical tests that you can do in reality.
Out of curiosity, was this also a joke as well?
I don't know. What was the tweet that came before it?
Earth doesn't have an axis. It's observably flat and motionless. Do you agree with that
replying
statement?
To? What was I replying to, Reds? I haven't got a clue.
I
How long ago
honestly,
was it? Oh, that's right. It's over 3 years ago.
I honestly don't care who it was in reply to because my question is still valid regardless. Do you agree with the statement?
Do I agree with that statement? Yeah,
Correct,
I wouldn't know about an axis. I wouldn't.
You say Earth doesn't have an axis.
Yeah,
I would
say I wouldn't know.
So you don't agree with the statement?
Probably. It's on Twitter, Reds. Do you not know what Twitter's for? Especially back then, 2019. Keck.
So you don't agree with... So every single tweet that you've ever made, you don't agree with?
That's a bit of a silly statement, isn't it?
Well, then if not, then you agree with this tweet then. At least some of them. Is this one of the
you
ones
can,
you happen to agree with?
You can just make some joking tweets and you can make some serious comments. You can do whatever you want on Twitter, Reds. As can anyone.
Is this one of those joking tweets, or do you agree with the statement that Earth doesn't have an axis and it's observably flat and motionless?
It's definitely not observably flat, is it? That's fucking ridiculous. So yeah, I'd say that's a trigger thing. It triggers people like you, doesn't it, when people say things like that?
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's observably flat and motionless. Now, when you say it's not flat, are you bringing up topology?
I'm just like, what in my understanding of what flat is. Yeah, it's not
flat. Do you think flat earthers deny the existence of mountains and hills?
I don't think anything about other people.
You don't think anything. Okay, so would you agree with the statement that flat earthers agree that mountains and hills exist? Basically, flat earthers, the flat earthers that you have talked to, like the Nathan Oakleys of the fucking world, they agree that mountains exist, correct?
Well, actually, I've heard Nathan Oakley say that mountains are measured flat. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I would say that's fucking ridiculous myself to say something Nathan like Oakley, that.
So, just to be clear, Nathan Oakley does or does not believe in mountains?
Nathan Oakley has said that Al-Biruni measured a mountain flat.
What does that mean to you?
It doesn't mean anything to me. It's a nonsense statement.
Okay, so if it doesn't mean anything to you, then how is that supposed to answer my question?
Well, because you were asking me what I thought Nathan Oakley thought, and I said to you an instance of him saying something that is nonsense. So I don't presume to think anything of people that say nonsense, because it could be anything that they're saying. Guess. I haven't got a clue.
Do you, as an educated guess,
do you want to debate Nathan Oakley? Because he was saying earlier he could do with some money. He could do with the money if you want it. Offer it to him.
I don't think he's competent enough to have such a debate. But we can talk
about that later. Why are you talking about him then?
So, don't worry. I'm open to the possibility. But moving on, or moving back, I should say, to this, it's observably flat and motionless. So obviously, let's go ahead and just say, well, not obviously, but let's just say, you're taking the piss, you're joking, you're not being for real, you're mimicking or mocking a flat earther.
No, that guy isn't a flat earther. That guy's a definite globe earther. They're the only people I mock. I don't mock flat earthers. I defend the flat earthers.
Hey, Reds, can I jump in here real quick? Now, arguably so, there are multiple tweets where Bev explicitly says that he is not a flat earther.
There you go.
There are
Thousands of
multiple
them.
tweets.
I've said in the past that I'm probably the person that said I'm not a flat earther the most.
Bev, if I can continue. There are multiple tweets where Bev specifically says he's not a flat earther. However, there are also multiple tweets where, to include the one that he's showing, that Reds is showing on the screen, where you say that the Earth is motionless and is flat for that intent. Now, if that is a mockery, one has to question, what is your stance on the shape of the planet?
I don't have a stance.
So you either
phenomenologist. There you go.
You are either
position.
mocking flat earthers, as Red just stated, because several times now you've said you were taking a piss when it was talking about the Earth being flat. But at the same time, a large portion of your work seems to counter that conclusion. So the question is, just me asking you, Sly asking Bev, what shape do you hold the planet to be?
I don't. I'm a phenomenologist.
Explain.
I reserve judgment on all matters of dogma.
But reserving judgment by mocking other people's thoughts or beliefs? That's not reserving judging. That's making a judgment. I would say.
Well, no. Well, I just made a statement, didn't I? And the fact that people go crazy about me making statements about things.
So
that's the funny part to me.
Okay,
anyway,
so
I know it shouldn't be. I have changed. That was 3 years ago. I've changed a lot since then.
Okay, so people like, as was explained a moment ago, we all know at least that Nathan Oakley in whatever side, and I know you don't want to be associated directly to him, but the thing is that if Nathan Oakley is a proclaimed flat earther, believer in the flat plane Earth, with topography, of course.
No, he said, I've heard him say that Al-Biruni measured mountains flat. So, like, literally, I don't know what goes on in the minds of other people.
But I guess the question that I'm drilling down to here is, so are you saying that people who are flat earthers are wrong?
I've always said it's a misnomer. Every flat earther I see, I ask them, how do they deal with the contradiction?
Which contradictions?
Which contradiction is that?
That it's observably not flat, yet they call themselves flat earthers.
Are you meaning flat to be hyper literal, as in no hills or mountains?
Yeah, that's flat, isn't it? That's what flat is.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll just close off that portion of that by just saying this.
What do you mean by flat? Come on.
It is a known.
Come on, that was
it is an accepted construct to say that the flat Earth is a disk Earth with topography like mountains, hills, valleys, streams, all that other stuff.
A disk.
Okay, but sitting on a disk shape or an infinite plane. Those are the two generally accepted models of flat Earth. Yes, there is topography.
Well, why don't
yes,
you
there are
argue
hills
for
and
the
mountains.
flat Earth side?
Excuse me?
You and Reds have a nice debate, and you argue the position of the flat Earth.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Bev, do you agree with that?
What, for the Slice Barcane?
Yeah. Do you agree what Emma just said? Do you agree that we should just do that instead?
That Reds and you and Slice Barcane should pretend, like Slice Barcane could pretend to be Nathan Oakley for you. Yeah, that'd work well for you, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'd say you get Nathan Oakley over. Offer him the money, he'll come over and do it.
Well, it sounds like this debate's not going to happen, Red. So
pretty much. All right, guys. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. Okay, that was a colossal waste of time. I apologize.
There we go. Well, that ended pretty quickly, didn't it?
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Ah, looks like it's not going to happen, guys.
I think I ruined it for everybody.
It's like it looks like Reds. Looks like Reds ended that. Hey, everybody, we're back here, back in Discord. That didn't last long. How long did we get out of that? It was only half an hour. Quick half an hour stream. It must have ended it.
It was ridiculous. He just wanted to get you on these. Like, did you write this tweet? Did you write this tweet? And I'm like, oh my god!
Did
what?
you write this tweet 3 years ago? Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Okay, whatever, Reds. You just whatever. And on the basis that you've written this, I'm gonna label you this. Okay. And then Sly's going, "Are you mocking flat earthers?" And I'm like, dude. You...
I'm still up for that debate. If he wants to go on, honestly, I will hold the position that level is a straight line on a horizontal plane. I will hold the position that all horizontals are parallel to each other. I will support my case geometrically, logically, with arguments and demonstrations. If he wants to hold that debate, then he can come with all of his globe proofs. That's the strength of the globe argument, ladies and gentlemen.
That was great, Bev.
Thank you very much, Brenda.
Yeah, you made a complete and utter fool of yourself.
How?
You completely humiliated yourself. And
go on, explain, Brenda.
Brenda, you got a shite mic.
Yeah, you have. You want to get on your PC rather than.
Yeah, I could, if I gave a shit about you people. I don't.
You
Well,
people.
off you go then,
You
Brenda.
people.
Bye-bye.
How dare you?
Bless it.
Yeah.
We don't need you, you useless piece of garbage.
So yeah, if anybody wants to let Reds know that I'm still available for anyone, especially Slice Barcane. He seemed like he was keen. Slice Barcane of the bending water level test. He's never done that. I thought McToon was going to be there. I didn't expect Slice Barcane. Whether Slice Barcane's going to be his chaperone.
That was really good, really telling.
It's really weird that we went over the exact same argument that who was it? It was Chike brought it back round here, didn't he? We went over it the other day.
Yeah, it's astonishing. He wanted you to take go into another person's head and argue the flat Earth from their mind, from their position.
He wanted me to study Jaren like and Glowbusters and Nathan
and Nathan.
Yeah.
It's astonishing.
What's up with that?
Wow, what a weak man.
Did exactly what we were meant to do. Went over there to expose Red's rhetoric as a globe guy that wants to go up against fictional characters that he has in his mind. He can't even face the actual people.
That was sad. That was a really sad thing to watch.
So, my opinion that he wanted you to he wanted to frame you in
I don't think so.
Was...
He wanted me to morph into the character that he's got in his head of a flat earther. He wanted to pay somebody to become this thing that he wanted to be able to debate. I mean, that's about as sad as it gets. Hope everyone can see that.
That was desperation, man.
Yeah.
Wrapped in fantasy.
What sort of a game's he playing at? Like who?
If this is his way to get back into the scene, my God, that was very embarrassing. I was saying, like, it's like doing a pre-thing with a boxer, and you want to set terms, and you tell him, look, no uppercuts, no hooks, no lefts, and no rights. Deal? I mean, come on.
And we start from parter because we are you are flat
And
earthers.
you start on your knees. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you reckon it was Emma's fault then? For mentioning
No, Emma
Sly?
was
I
good.
think she gave him the out though, right? I think they got a message to get out of it as quickly as possible. And Emma gave them the chance by saying that
Yeah.
Sly Sparkane should
didn't-
debate them. So,
I
you
didn't
know,
realise that he was going to cut it off.
Yeah.
Just
that
like
quickly.
that was.
Yeah.
I
If it
thought
wasn't
I'd have
that-
more time.
It was. It was. The snowflake rule was in action there, right? He was getting touchy. He didn't know where he could go. He couldn't go much further anywhere else within that debate because he knows that he couldn't let me take the position that level is a straight line. He couldn't let me do that. He had to have me debate on other terms other than those. And the next thing was, what argument are we going to debate then?
No argument, just pictures
This is
from,
not
from
gonna be-
NASA and etc.
He was just going to come with all of the arguments against what Nathan Oakley said, because he's going to come with 3-year-old arguments. That's all he's got against people that he can't debate in real life, and he wanted me to adopt those positions. He'd never have put an argument down there for us to debate for or against. He wouldn't have done that ever.
Yes, he wanted you to regress to 3 years ago, flat earther to debate. So this is, I think that he had a break for some years, and he is just wanting to debate like 5 or 6 years ago with flat earthers, I think, and he thought that you will be a good target.
He couldn't have picked a worse target if he tried. Number one. And number two, who pays? Have you ever heard of somebody paying somebody money to take an opposing position to debate them? Have you ever heard of anything like that?
Desperation.
Yeah.
That is
No,
desperation.
This is obvious because as flat earther, Beth would be very weak flat earther because there is.
I'd still be
it is very-
fucking smash the floor with him though.
But still, it is weakening your position. So
Yeah.
he just trying to make your position as weak as possible, and he is trying to pay you for that.
I think he wants to do this. He doesn't care about the debate. He wants to say, you see, I told you he is a flat earther.
No. This is about like when McToon set up John with Ruhif. That wasn't because Ruhif wanted to do McToon's challenge. It's because they wanted to get one over Nathan Oakley's crew. And that's what Reds was doing there. Like in Reds Rhetoric's mind and Sly Sparkane, they couldn't get Nathan Oakley out of their heads. That's who they want to debate. Nathan should be hot for it. There's tons in
So
it.
you think this is all about them? He wants to make a fuss and debate that and Nathan?
Yeah, Reds Rhetoric and Sly Sparkane, they don't want a piece of geometric, an argument, right, coming from geometry. They can't beat it. It does the Reds in. It sends them fucking mad like Chike. He's gone crazy.
Can I now be completely honest and say that I never wanted you to debate them
I
anyway,
would never have debated him. It wouldn't have happened. They
because
can't.
yeah,
It'd look too
because
bad.
can I
Go on.
can I explain why
Yeah.
to the audience? Because I'm not sure how many people out there are aware, but there has been lots of instances of scamming GoFundMe's, fundraisers and that kind of thing that he has been involved in, may have, there's something that's not quite right. All of that lot disappeared for a while when all of that news came out. And it seems now that Reds wants to come back into the game. This is his way back in, apparently. So don't forget that these people, they're not after truth or anything like that.
That's what I said before. This is his way in, but he couldn't have picked a worse first opponent.
I don't know why he's come back.
No, I know.
It's like coming in the ring and choosing Muhammad Ali or something, you know?
No, it's why's Red's rhetoric come back here? Everybody's going away. You've got Ranty disappeared, right? Katz has gone. He's got lost 2 of his channels. Who is there in this arena? Like when I'm saying this arena, I'm talking about where we are. The people that talk to each other within these debate rooms, the ones that can actually talk to each other. We've got an open forum here with Discord. Anybody can come in. We're open to discussion from anyone. There's not many of us that can do that. And these people, like Red's Rhetoric and Slice Barcane, they can't do it. And so I don't know why Reds has come back. What's he come back to? There's not going to be any debates. They've not got an argument.
Hold on. Emma, I just forgot. Emma questioned him on that, and she made a point of it. I just remembered. This is personal.
Yeah.
Remember what he said?
Yeah.
This is personal.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't like being questioned on their motives, obviously.
Yeah. I can't understand why Red's Rhetoric wants to come back. Him, Slice Barcane, Sean Huffraud.
All of the ones that got caught up in the I don't know what to call it. Yeah. All those people, they disappeared for a while and now they're back.
They respawned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've come back into what? I mean, this isn't... I mean, it
know.
may have been something 5 years ago. May have been a big movement and it may have been getting ground. But I tell you, that it isn't like that. If you think you're coming into this to find some truths or whatever, you go into these rooms and talk to these people. They're just liars. The gaslighters. They'll try and confuse you.
Mm-hmm. Is he I wonder if he's putting up that money himself or whether his subscribers and people that support him are giving him that money, and whether they've given it to him to debate you or they've given it to him to debate a flat earther.
Mm-hmm.
That would be something else to ask. Obviously, he didn't get the chance.
A flat earth. I mean, come on. There's loads of people here that'll talk to anybody for nothing.
Yeah.
You've got to do is come in, have a discussion. It'll never be a debate because we know there's no argument to be made for the globe. You cannot debate it, literally. All of this flat earth debate thing is ridiculous. There's never been a debate. In fact, all they've done within this arena is turned a debate into a shouting match. That's what everybody thinks an argument is now, where people shout at each other and then try and shove the balls in the mouth. That's it. That's what people think is a flat earth debate, where people hurl insults at each other.
Yeah. Reds or Slice could come in here anytime, put the $500 in your pocket, and you'll find people to talk to you.
Mm. I'd have never have had that money. It had gone straight to charity. The debate would never have happened.
We know it's not good. I said it from the beginning. I didn't even think he was going to do this, but he did.
Yeah, I mean, it is a step in the right direction. I thank Blue for it. Well, really, it's Chaiki giving him the confidence to come over here. Look at him. He's been hard at work for us all day, Chaiki. You can see the comments in the chat. If there's any globe people listening, be aware. Listening to this geometric argument, and I'm being serious now. It's a geometric argument that involves a straight line, strangely enough, that you cannot get involved with if you have a serious love of a particular model. It'll drive you mad trying to work out how to fit actual geometric proofs onto your model. It'll turn you like Chaiki. Crazy. You'll be making YouTube accounts and Twitter accounts and following people round. The people that tell you about these geometric facts about level being horizontal, like Reds was just running from then. They know they can't have that argument. They know they can't even have that thought. And that's why it troubles them. So if you've got a globe and you really, really like your globe, don't get involved in this geometric argument. Just leave would be the safest thing for you to do. Because when you realise how simple it all is.
Who do you think messaged them in the background?
Probably Brenda. Brenda was so keen to come in here and do the helping out sort of thing.
No, does she hold that much sway with them?
Well, who knows? I mean, Brenda's the argument person. Been to the politics debate server and all of that, right? Brenda's got experience. Everybody knows that.
Brenda's arguments are rubbish.
Yeah, I know. They're all just role-playing. And Brenda's character is the character on the other side to, let you know when to get out of there. Because Brenda, that's what Brenda's good at now, right? You've got to admit that. Brenda's definitely learned to not do the old ape thing, crazy caveman thing. Don't go caveman in debate. Just leave, get out, cut it off, leave. That's what Reds did. Somebody said, kill it, shut it off, get out of there, stop that. At least that's my take anyway.
I was having fun.
Yeah. That's why I think they were they weren't ready for that. And yeah. Okay, well, it seems like there might have been about 4 Globers watching. They're out of here. Right, now we can tell you the secret. Perpendicular. That's it. Sarigaki did a proof.
Shh,
yeah.
Don't give it away.
Sarigaki did a proof where you get a geometric proof of perpendiculars. And then what you do is you write on one of them vertical and the other one horizontal. Turns them crazy. It's got people like Chaiki going mad. Literally mad. And that's it. That's how easy it is.
I heard the horizontal passed away. They had a eulogy and everything.
Right, and all of this stuff, strangely enough, doesn't make the Earth flat. Surprisingly enough.
So I would say if he was using this tweet as a proof that you are flat earther, and he just ignored that you were just bringing this this proof as a exercise for globbers, that you can fall into contradiction. So I would say that if you would agree on that terms, he would make from you just legit and perfect flat earther. So and he was going to do that, I think.
Well,
this is I keep my thinking about that he was to frame you because some, beside other things, I think that he and the globe side desperately needs you to be flat earther.
Yeah,
for
well,
some reasons.
I'd be surprised, right? Because they've had people like Brenda and Rumpus and everybody that's ever come in here, really, trying to tell me I'm a flat earther. I don't know why Red's rhetoric seemed to stop it. I mean, everybody else seems to say that I'm a flat earther. Why can't Red's rhetoric debate me? On what doesn't matter, whatever I've got. Everybody says I'm a flat earther. What's he got to be scared of? He's not got an argument. That's what he's scared of. He hasn't got an argument, but that's what it is.
He wants you to make statements for the flat Earth.
He wants me to make the statements
say, look,
the flat earthers have said, the ridiculous shit that flat earthers have said. He wants me to go with that. He doesn't want to go with a proper argument.
Yeah.
I would say
and he's willing to pay for it, to ridicule, to say, look, he's fighting. Look, he said this and that and that.
I would say that he, when he was saying about adopting, I think, but this is only me, that this argument about horizontal level, he was expecting you to adopt into flat earth argument. And then he would agree maybe on that argument if you adopt as a proof for flat earth. I think.
Well, yeah, I suppose. But like Rumpus has already said, if you think that all points on a horizontal plane have an equal elevation, like Blue Marble said and then took back, that makes you a flat earther, which means if you've ever seen an elevation profile that's had a horizontal straight line on it and not said, but shouldn't that be curved? Then you're a flat earther too. Like people like Rumpus and Brenda and Chaiki, they literally make me into a flat earther. But Red's rhetoric didn't seem to be able to argue the points that they seem to think that makes me a flat earther. That's really strange. Really strange.
And I would say that if he would, he were honest, he would agree on that terms, because in his mind, or maybe in Rumpus's mind and Glober's mind, you are flat earther. So why he was insisting to make the statement from your mouth, like declaration? Because without the declaration, they are treating you as flat earther, or are pretending that they are treating you as flat earther. So because I cannot see any other purpose, because in debate anyway they would treat you as a flat earther. So I cannot grasp this, why they demand from you declaration. even in this terms of debate, whatever.
Can I-
Something in it. I can smell something in that.
I mean, 3 years ago was about the time like the Flat Earth was having his own little mental breakdown and getting kicked off Twitter for calling me a child abuser. Relentlessly. He was sending messages to Twitter support, calling me a child abuser, saying that he would get me shut down. I would be took off the internet. That's like the Flat Earth did that. About this time when all of this was going on. I wasn't a flat earther. Never have been a flat earther. But at that time, I was learning that some people have some really strange views on things. And they seem to be able to be triggered by statements that wouldn't normally matter to people, or at least they didn't matter to me. I found out that there's a group of people that I wanted to look into a lot more. I've met a lot of people now. There's a lot of people that are in this room, in this group, that people that have stuck with us and listened to us for over all this time. Go back and listen to all of the conversations that we've had. We've just been working out what's going on in the heads of a group of people that are overly obsessed with the model. They've got dogma. Dogma has literally led their lives. Any conversation they ever have, this group of people, they automatically relate to a circle or a sphere model. They don't know why. They've not got a clue. It's ridiculous. But they don't even know it themselves. They're that led by it. They are. It's like a fungus that's eating their brains. And they can't get out of it. We know that. We've been here doing what we do constantly. All of this time, watching. We know these people that we talk to, or the ones that come in here to talk to us aggressively, trying to call us flat earthers and all of that, they're the ones with the serious mental problem. And it's the only problem is that we've got an argument from reality, an actual argument with actual proofs that they can't get rid of. Once it goes into your head, this is far beyond just an argument. This is reality. This is things that go on in your own mind. You want to be keeping control of it in these times. These people are losing it big time. And it's a model. If you've built a model, what do you do when that model starts failing? Where do you go when you've built your life around this model? The people that we talk to are obsessed with a model, one side or the other. And it doesn't matter which side of it you're on, you're obsessed with the other model, not your own model, the other model. Just drop the model. I did a quick GIF today. This is the new word that we've found. I found. Did I find this one? Yeah, I think we did. Epoch. Epoch. It's the state of suspension of judgment of all things related to dogma. Meaning the model that you've been taught. You just get rid of it. Lose it. Otherwise, it might sway your judgment on things that you're seeing or doing. If you lose that, go back to first principles and build your proofs up from first principles to have an understanding of what you have without involving the model, without involving any dogma, any beliefs, no faith involved in any of this sort of stuff. If you do that and start off from the simplest thing you can, you will find geometry. You'll find geometry through logic, and that logical system will help reorder your mind. It'll give you a chance for you to be able to reason things. If you lose the reasoning power and you let the model take over, and if the model beats geometry, which is basic logic, then you don't have a logical system to look back on. And then you're lost. That's madness. Losing logic. What is up talking about? I mean, how bad is this? What is up? There is 45 people watching now. Thank you very much for sticking with us. But we've got a guy that says there'll only be 20 people. So that's an obvious troll, right? Everybody meet the troll. What is up is a flat earther. Strangely enough, he's coming over to help us out in the chat. We've had a few people come round into the chat, obviously, because we're an open platform. We open Discord server. People can come round and have a chat with us whenever they want. A few people come round and then go away and talk a load of shit. What is up is one of those people. I don't know how this conversation within this server affected him. And I don't know what it is that did that, but it seems like a lot of the simple conversations that we have around here really affect a lot of people. And we've got quite a few. If you want to see the I call it the tip of the spear of globe geometry, you can come in and have a laugh at people like Stark Odder. Who's the other one? We've got another one called Carpenter, who seems to be a little bit logic based. So if you want to come and learn a bit of globe logic, or you know how bad it is, you can see that. Remembering, of course, that an argument is formulated around a logical statement. And the globe team doesn't have any. They're no good. There's no globe logicians. There's no globe geometers. They're all running and hiding. There's no globe surveyors. That's a good one. They're all local. All surveyors survey locally. That'd be a good t-shirt. I'm a local surveyor. I don't know what is up. You can be whatever you want to be. But you're definitely a troll, right? Anybody? That's all right. What is up is, I call it, what is up? Here we go. We'll compromise on flat earth society. How about that? Is that good enough? You can't really tell whether they're globe or flat or whatever. They're neither. They're just in there for trolling. So there you go. Flat earth society, what is up? In the chat. Thank you very much. Anybody else got any other topics? I'm very opinionated tonight, aren't I? Do you want to jump in, Emma? Do you want to help us out?
Yeah, just let me finish making my tea.
Okay. Free for all Friday.
I bet I can trigger somebody. Well, I can try.
Yeah, they're not going to come in. But, I mean, you can say whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
It is free for all.
You heard the latest. The Big Bang is dead.
It never happened. Or
Never happened.
they can't find it.
Well, they tried hard. But everything is turning out deuces.
I'll tell you one thing that always got me, right? Big Bang. Ba-boom. We're all going outwards, expanding in all directions, right?
Not anymore.
Well, so you
According
should
to
be
the
able
fantasy.
to look one way and see that you're going at the same speed in that direction as that thing. And then look in the other direction and go, oh, that other stuff's coming towards us. Shouldn't you? Shouldn't you be able to tell where the Big Bang center was? If there were a Big Bang.
Well, of course, there would be, yeah, definitely. Absolutely, there would be a center point, an expansion all around. Absolutely. And that's what the claim is.
Yeah, they have biceps. South Pole.
Hot mic. Ooh. I don't know much about space. I don't deal with that. It just seems ridiculous. Any thought of a concept of something that's meant to be like they say it is, that's that expansive, it's only there for one reason, to get in your mind, to get you imagining something that obviously is of no purpose to you. It doesn't serve you in any way whatsoever except to expand this thing in your mind, which is dangerous. All of that
if you don't know you're
Go on.
if you don't know you're looking at pictures and fantasy and start believing in this stuff, yeah, it'll mess you up for sure.
Yeah, you can't lose it. Like all of that stuff that's being formulated in your mind, that imagine that we've heard so many times at the beginning of any argument or whatever. That's because that's where they hold it in their mind. They need to keep it there for it to be real. A lot of people have that. That's why this logical argument's so strong. Because it overrides it, doesn't it? Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say that the stuff that what fascinates me is because I keep up with this James Webb Telescope stuff and the latest discoveries. To me it's like entertainment. It's like what unbelievable stuff are they gonna come up next, and how are these guys gonna defend it? Like the white hole, for example. You've heard about black holes, but they came up with the white hole. So you bring it up and they hear it for the first time and they say, yeah, white hole, yeah, a white hole. So you ask them, what's a white hole? A white hole. You guys heard of that, right? It's an area in space where nothing can exit. No, yeah. That's right. No. What is it? It's the opposite of the black hole. So the complete opposite of a black hole. So you can't enter it.
See, it means nothing to me. It doesn't even register.
Yeah, but there's people that believe that. This is what I find fascinating, right?
But they've
believe
put their
this.
minds in a different place.
Yeah.
They always start with that kind of thinking or writing, rather, or showing that imagine that, and they are depicting things that no one can imagine.
Yeah.
For example, imagine atom, or imagine the smallest thing in the world. You cannot imagine that because your imagination is restricted only to things that you can see. So you cannot imagine atom, and you cannot imagine universe in that shape as it is presented. So they are showing pictures of something you cannot imagine, and after 50 years or 70 years, how long it is now, like 70 years, and now they are talking about these pictures. This is, you should imagine, and they are talking about model they created in people's mind, and they are trying to convince us all that this is reality. But they always start with phrase imagine that, and they are starting to talk about things that people cannot imagine. It is impossible to imagine that.
Yeah. Chaiki just made a comment, you're so dumb. So then I told him, but you never heard of a white hole? And he goes, what's that? So he makes a comment.
At the
What's
minute.
up? Sorry?
Chaiki's a full-on troll at the minute. He doesn't even know. He's either... Well, I think he's literally gone mad. But, like, his logical system in his mind has exploded. He's exploded his logical system. And he doesn't know up from down now. Everything's lost. Man can be a horse. To Chaiki. In Chaiki's mind right now. He's frail.
Okay, Bev.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go back to Red's live stream and check out the comments.
Oh, right. Red's
Honestly,
live stream. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. He's now changed the title as well, which you'll see in a minute. But Geist View.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us a link? And I'll give us a link in the live chat so everybody can go and have a look at it. Give Red's Rhetoric a view. Give him a link in the YouTube. Don't bother leaving us at the minute. But we'll put the link up so you guys were here, you listened to it. Terms not accepted.
All right.
Terms not, yeah, no kidding. Who in his right mind would debate under those terms?
30 minutes. Let's see if we can get this over. All right, this is... You guys in Discord want it as well, don't you? There you go. Okie dokie. So the comments are all over here. Blue Marble's in there. Wow. So where's this at the beginning? Blue Marble. I knew he came in here early, didn't he? That's good.
Are you looking at the comments under the video, yeah?
Oh, the comments. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. The comments underneath.
Uh-huh.
Here's the meat of the discussion. Bev, I mock globe earthers. I defend flat earthers. What's up with that? That should sell a bit, shouldn't it? What's your stance on the planet? Shape of the planet. I don't have a stance. I'm a phenomenologist. They spell that right.
By the way, what is planet?
Yeah.
Because Slice Perkane said that.
Yeah.
And he wanted to trying to force you to say that we live on a planet or a flat disk planet. So this word planet is very important now for them, both sides.
Look at this. Brilliant, this. Look. So, Sly says, what's your stance on the shape of the planet? Bev says, I don't have a stance. I'm a phenomenologist. I reserve judgment on all matters of dogma. And Sly says, you reserve judgment by mocking others' beliefs? Like, what? Where did that come from in this conversation? That's not reserving judgment. That's making a judgment. So that was 3 years ago. I've changed a lot since then. That's Olympic class waffle by Bev.
I think that was projection by Sly. You wait till you get down. It's the second Geist view comment.
Oh, look, here we go. Docs. Why? I don't know why he has to do this. This is Geist view. Oh.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And the only thing that he can say about me is a complete sexist incel kind of comment.
All right. According to this thingamajig and the doohickey.
Right, yeah, look at that. Bev is a flat earther, says Geist View. And Geist View, I don't know if anybody knows this, but on Twitter, he's horrible. He's a bit like Fight the Flat Earth. And he's the one that incites all of this hatred. Geist View. Anyone can do a keyword search on his Twitter and get the thread. His contacts of his flat earth comments. Bev wasn't doing it thinking those 3 years tweets he might be brought up. Bev holds the position that earth is flat. He doesn't. I don't know how many times people can say that. Read more. Whoa, what? Wow. Are you... Wow, like this is rather ridiculous. And this is why I guess we're still round here trying to work out why people are like this. I don't know how many people have been convinced by what Geist View says and his utter hatred of something he doesn't even understand. It's this argument. Level is horizontal. It's terrible. Don't think Bev knows that Reds already debated Oakley. Oakley rage quit. I haven't got a clue. I don't even know who Reds is. I've never talked to Reds before, and I've never experienced anything like that. And I definitely don't know what he's done. So, yeah, you can definitely think that I haven't got a clue about that. He says level is not horizontal. Well, I'd say it is. So, debate that. Tell Reds, Geist, to sort out the debate. We can debate level being horizontal. I'll present my case and you can present yours. Let's do it. Then flat can't be a plane as well. Euclidean geometry doesn't say what a straight line is. Only defines what it is in regards to Euclidean geometry. Oh, come on.
So doesn't say, only defines. So this is contradiction in
A
terms.
straight line is defined as something else outside Euclidean geometry.
Oh, fucking hell. What is it defined as? Come on.
Definition means that it's saying what it is. So in first sentence, he is saying that Euclid geometry says what straight line is, and the second sentence he's saying that it is not defined. So it's utter stupidity.
Defined as something else. Listen to that. Can you imagine the state of somebody going into an argument with such a case to hold and defend? It's ridiculous. That's why they won't come and talk to us. Geist views on his own, inciting hatred towards us mainly. If you've ever been outside of these arenas and ever talked to anybody on any chats about anything involving the geometric argument, no doubt you've met Geist view talking shit. And he's obsessed, as it's quite clear to see. He's even more obsessed than Chaiki. There's a lot of these people that come round here. You want to see what it's like? Just come into the Discord. This isn't just like a once time thing. This has been ongoing for 3 or 4 years. Geist views goes all the way back to Cold Eye, looking at the moon through a telescope. It says Google Earth says it's only one level. Doesn't say it's one horizontal. No, it doesn't. You're right. That level is the elevation height from the geoid. Personally, look at this. This is where you always know when people are bullshitting, when they have to try and convince people of something. And Geist View's doing it here. Take this in. Globe argument. Probably one of the best. A person standing 5 foot on the shore of the North Sea on the east coast of Scotland at mean sea level is not on the same plane and not horizontal to a 5 foot person on the coast of California. Bev wants you to believe because the word level and horizontal are used means that they are on the same plane. He also wants to assert if both of these people hung a plumb bob that the vertical lines are parallel. What? Is that it? That's it? Oh, vertical lines are parallel. Look at that. Just geometrically. That's all we say. It's a geometric proof. Nothing saying about the different levels across the water. In fact, we know that they're different. We know that. We've looked at it. It didn't take him long to get all of these comments, did it? Bev being dishonest as soon as he's saying he doesn't know who these people are and using his level is horizontal bullshit. Sounds lame because heliocentric model has a lot of faults and no one is supposed to point those out. Fix replies. Name them. There are no faults, just the who's that are ignorant and can't comprehend. Guys view the faults are. Name one. There are no faults in there. Oh, look at that. That's bad. This is all they've got. And mainly this guy here, Geistview. That's terrible. And that was 30 minutes ago. It was like nearly right as it was going. Like all flat earthers, he is just using sophistry to avoid stating clearly anything that can be argued against with facts and evidence. It's the Riley arguing science with a dictionary school of discussion, says Mark. Yeah, sorry about that, Emma. I don't know why. I think that might be because you came over there with us.
The only comment they have is to point out that I'm female.
Yeah.
Well done. At least he got that right.
Beta males, they can't handle women.
He's triggered.
Wait a second. You mean to tell me the Earth is not a sphere and Emma is female?
Both.
No way.
Nah.
I'm going to need video evidence, please, of both before I verify and go with that dogma. Good afternoon.
Good day. Did you see the Red's rhetoric shambles? Slice Bar Kane was there as well.
I did not. I was too involved with creating my own shambles of my own. I got the owner of Geo's, which is, I think, Geo's, tell me to F off.
No way.
Oh, yeah,
What?
we got to go clip that out. I want to hear myself because I don't want to be the one that caused it. So we need to go back and clip it if someone knows how to do that. Yeah, he went berserk.
Who's
I don't
the
really
owner
want to.
of Geo's?
Well, I'm just saying Geo. I'm calling Geo the owner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if someone that knows how can clip that out, I would love to hear myself because I don't want to be the bad guy here.
Somebody give us a
Yeah.
timestamp and we'll go back and we'll have
It
a
was
listen.
I'm guessing it was
like
just a minute ago.
Yeah.
Well, it was like 30 minutes because I've been talking to the mechanic and stuff. So around 5 o'clock my time, 30 minutes ago. So whatever time that is. I can do it.
Give us a rundown, then people know what they're looking for. Was it you and somebody else, or he went mad?
RC was talking, and then I was listening. I opened my mic and said one thing. He called me a dumbass. And I just calmly said, I opened my mic for the first time, and this guy's allowed to call me a dumbass. I need a mod, right? So then they stepped in. I gave them time to do something about it. They, of course, weren't going to do anything, which they've been trying, but, it's kind of weird how they do it. And then that started it all, and some other people got in. Yeah, they shouldn't be able to allow, that's your number one rule. And then Geo popped up and started, saying his deal. And it just went on from there. He said, you were a mod here. We gave you all kind of extra leeway. And I didn't really say. I was like, I don't even know what I said there. I don't think I said anything. Pretty much kept my cool, thank goodness, because I could have lost it. I just told him, I don't know why he's bringing that up in VC right now. It's kind of private. He said I was a toxic mod. All this personal stuff against me, Yeah.
Wow.
Personal attack against me, basically, in VC. While I was being called a name, which was the main issue. I went over there again. I joined the server back to go and expose the trolls that he's allowed in there, or to expose him. And he just exposed himself, in my mind. So, anyway. I would like to hear it, though. But all the trolls are happy. Of course, Zanuck piped up. It's about time. Soundly, chimed in. Of course, Orsi was all over it. Everybody in the chat was like, all the trolls were like, it's about time, Geo.
Yeah. It's a new order. Like we're out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck to them. Well, we've been saying that, but I went over there to prove it, right?
Well,
I think it's been proved.
Well, when we went over to Red's Rhetoric, is somebody out there having a look for it? I hope so, and we'll get it on there in a minute. Go over it.
I got it.
You got it. Let's not play it. It's not live, huh? Like, don't do.
Oh
this
yeah,
live.
we are. Oh right. Oh, we'll save it for afterwards. We'll have we might end it a bit soon tonight, but as soon as we do end it tonight, we're going to be going over that over there.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I think we should do that now. Yeah.
Well, I'll just let Rick here know. We'll say live. We'll wrap the night up, and we'll end up with another Buster. Should we play the whole Buster? How about that? Let everybody get in. Anyway, we went over to Red's Rhetorics to basically to expose them too. Tonight, Rick, right? Red's Rhetoric wanted me to become some sort of an amalgamation of Bob Noodle and Nathan Oakley. He wanted to pay me to take on all of the ridiculous arguments of the flat earthers. And we sort of got kicked out with her, really, because Emma said that he should debate Slice Barkane instead, because Slice Barkane seemed to know a lot about Nathan Oakley. They were all obsessed with the flat earthers. Red's Rhetoric.
Amen. They have the yep. They have to put you in a religious box, Bev. They have to have, for their automated, non-thinking robotic responses, they need you to go along with their roboticness. Yep. I
think they just want that, like Rakir said, he's just been kicked out of another server over there. I know Rakir, he just goes with logical stuff. That's the sort of stuff they don't want in these things. The Red's Rhetoric doesn't want it. Nathan Oakley doesn't want it.
Which server did he get kicked out of?
Earth Awakenings.
That's pretty weird. They allow a lot of different sorts of people there. I'm
I didn't get kicked out.
Oh, he didn't get kicked out. He didn't get kicked out.
No. I was just told by
Never mind.
Geo to get the F out. Like, you're not welcome here anymore type stuff.
Yeah, like
I
we
wasn't
have had
booted
that.
or kicked out. I left on my own.
Was it? Yeah, you were probably
Pushed out.
critiquing them. They need critiquing. Yeah, they have some issues.
Yeah, I think we're going to go over it, but yeah, that's pretty much. I'm just speaking my mind. It's an open voice, right?
Yeah, I'm relating that to Red's Rhetoric tonight. We were only up for a debate, like a debate, a discussion, whatever. But they can't even get past that bit. This conversation. They have to end up calling us horrible, toxic. I mean, they let you know. I think, like Chaiki's doing at the minute.
Do you know what their religion? I mean, Bev, do you know what their religion is?
It's Globe.
No, their religion is Satan. Actually, I've known those people for years. They're anti-Christians.
It's...
they are Satanists. Yes, they're Satanist Glovers, though. They hate
Globe.
Christians.
I wouldn't know about that. I wouldn't say
time.
that. I know they hate a lot of people and they hate a lot of things.
Yeah, I know them Bev, it's fine. I'm just telling you, I do know those people very well. I had many hours with them 10 years ago. They're psychopaths, yeah.
I can believe it. They've not got any better. And I don't think they ever will get any better. I mean, most of the stuff that we've been dealing with around here is to find that there are people that you can talk to. And there are people that you can't talk to. And again, there are people that you shouldn't talk to. Because these people, when you do talk to them, they just get triggered. And they sometimes end up like Chaiki. Obsessed, like Geistview. absolutely
because you're
obsessed.
ripping their heart out. You're insulting their intelligence. They have their mommy gave them a star when they were 7 years old, and you're insulting them that they got the space, contest winner of whatever science project they did as a kid, and you're taking that away from them. So yeah, you're destroying their god.
Yeah, it's been put into the minds of children. That's why they can't get rid of it. That's why they revert back to the childhood state.
Ooh, wow. Yep, there you go.
And we've been watching it. We know all about this sort of stuff. But that's not, like these guys don't normally. That's why I say anybody with a globe model, just leave the place. You can't take this. Like a proof. That's all it is. A proof. They can't have proofs, and that sort of tells you what's up with the model. They'll fight against it.
Remember, their models. But remember, Bev, they're hiding from their model. So their model's actually evolutionism. The whole thing. They require the whole evolution religion.
I wouldn't know. They need anything to supply whatever the model is that they've had.
Outer space
implanted in there.
Outer space forming into monkey balls. They need outer space billions of years ago. Now monkey people on balls. They need the whole religion from start to finish.
Again, I'd say that you're building that from your own ideas. I wouldn't presume to say
it's their ideas.
Anybody.
It's their ideas.
Everybody has their own
I know. I'm
ideas.
just telling you the fact. Bev, you can say you don't know. I'm just telling you the truth. Later, you might just think of this later as, oh, okay, that's what XO is talking about. I'm not telling you my opinion. I know these people. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
It's their opinion, not mine.
I would agree that I think 99% of globers are evolutionists. These hardcore globers. I think all of them are evolutionists. Also,
You're right. It's 99% of the active ones. Yep, you're right.
I don't know. You scare people talking about all of that sort of stuff. I mean, most of the people that are around here,
their psychosis, Bev.
I don't know. I'm not a psychologist or anything. Although I would say, I think.
Is that okay?
Are you? if you are, then you need to help Chaiki.
If my God, there's no helping Chaiki. No, there's no helping Red's rhetoric. They need pushed off a bridge, head first into a thumbtack. Would be the best thing for them. They get some life experience.
Don't think we'd be doing that.
Well, listen, I've talked to these people. I'm just saying that when you talk to these people a few times, and you remember, they're not going to tell you what they believe. That's what a Satanist or a New Ager does. They refuse to tell you what their entire mission is. What are they trying to accomplish? They're trying to protect their evolutionism.
They haven't got a clue.
That's fair enough. They don't know. I'll take that.
They've been given something as a child, and they've built a framework of a model on their own. Each person has developed this model on their own, and at some point somebody's triggered them about something and made them question it. Now, the honest people will look at it objectively and work out that probably it's not even worth thinking about, and they've probably forgotten about it and just carried on with the day. But some people will have really been affected by what they call flat earthers, who've ask them a question that they can't answer, and it's maybe uncovered a contradiction within the model and reality. And what they've done is they've chose the model because of the talk and the peer pressure or whatever, maybe because of the ridicule towards the flat earthers, the presumed flat earthers that have asked the question. And it's a defense mechanism to call somebody a flat earther, and that's how they've ended up in the position where they have to have the model, but they've lost all the reality along with it.
And here's what's weird is that some, not just these people, but the other gentleman earlier mentioned atheists or evolutionists. There are a lot of theists that also use it as a scapegoat to try to discredit you and make you look stupid very early because they get insecure about. I won't say the M word. That's an offense and a cuss word in my family. If you say that, you'll go to jail. But I would say that it's wicked imagination.
What in the world is going on
which
here?
Agrees with you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wicked imagination is what you're talking about. Bev, when you said they each have their own idea, right? That you said the M word. I won't say that. You're right. They each imagined their own cartoon fantasy.
What
Don't
in
do
the
any
world
of that.
are
This
you
is
talking about?
live. Don't even say
M.
that sort of stuff.
M. Yeah, the M word, MOD model. Yeah, you're saying model. I didn't say it. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Is this too much? Have I talked too long? Is 5 minutes all the world can handle right now? I'll go back to my cave and come back later. Too much right now?
If you want, yeah. I mean, we were about to wrap the show up.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I can upset a lot of people very easily, so that's normal. So I'll come back later, okay?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys
have a good day.
Be easy. Take care.
All right.
Yep. Yeah. Just don't have any seizures or panic attacks.
Have a good day.
Wow. Does anybody know who that guy is?
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah,
that?
the good guy. Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Who's the good guy?
You're not the best connection,
Yeah,
Redmond.
Nah. I beg to differ.
Okay. Now we will wrap it up, I think, Friday. If anybody's out there in YouTube land, come on in, because we're going to go over a thing with Rakia. And obviously we can all try and help Chaiki. He needs support at the minute. As you can see, texting like crazy. He can't stop himself. Don't know whether it's because we're live or whatever, or whether he's, I don't know. What is up? If you want to come in, come on in. Let's have a chat. Sort any problems out anybody's got. If anybody out there has got any problems that they want to solve, come on in over the weekend, anytime. Thank you very much. Anybody got any final words? We'll wrap it up. I'll get a buster on.
You are not a model flat earther, Beth. That's your fault.
Yeah.
I called you a flat earther.
True level, bitch. Okay. Oh, you want some drama? Well, come on in. What is up? If that's what you're going to bring some drama. Bring it in here if you have got some. Let's go. I am going to shut off. So, thank you very much. We tried to do our best for the flat Earth. We tried to sort out some sort of a debate. It didn't work. Red's rhetoric's chicken. Everybody will be telling him how he wussed out by not going for the debate about level is horizontal or horizontals all being parallel. Can't help that. Let everybody know. Also, I'm not a flat earther. See you on Monday, unless we come back on over the weekend sometime. Who knows? Who knows what's happening? Everything happens pretty fast. True level, bitch. World's famous Buster.
Yes, this is basic geometry. Your flat Earth geometry. Flat Earth geometry. This is basic geometry.
It is.
I called you a flat earther.
My name's Ramsey.
Insisting that your flat Earth geometry will work.
I'm familiar with the bubble, Morty. I also dabble in precision, and if you think you can even approach it with your sad, naked caveman eyeball in a bubble of air, you're the reason this species is a failure, and it makes me angry.
Did he say a five-sided square question mark?
Choices will be made.
You're a universal horizontal waterer.
You're drunk.
I called you a flat earther.
You want to experience true level? Do you? Yes. You want to experience true level?
That auto level is establishing a horizontal. That's just the way it is.
Because I've done the test with an auto level, which gives you a horizontal.
Yeah, it's gonna look super flat.
All right, come on.
Wow, it's so.
Three coplanar points.
Oh Christ!
Yeah, true level, bitch.
I called you a flat earther.
If you're into math, there's a certain shape where you could make a 5-sided square.
Are you suggesting that horizontal can't curve?
Everything's crooked. Reality is poison. I want to go back. I hate this.
What's his deal?
Morty. Go to school, Summer. I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little.
Randy, come on, that's a globe. And he eventually just gave up and said, yeah, I agree, it's a globe.
Geodesic is a continuous string of infinitely small, straight lines.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
It's pretty flat and level now.
Randy, come on, that's a globe.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
Randy, come on, that's a globe.
Lance to the cosmic slaughter!
Well?
You seem to be in charge of what I get to remember.
Why?
Good question.
Randy, come on, that's a globe.
I'll go in Morty's memory and do a little.
Burn right to the ground in pieces. But from the ashes come.
Wow, it's so. Oh my God! Oh Christ!
Yeah, true level, bitch.
If you're into math, there's a certain shape where you could make a 5-sided square.
Randy, come on, that's a globe.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
Wow, it's so. Oh my God! Oh Christ!
Yeah, true level, bitch.
I called you a flat earther.
True level, bitch.
I called you a flat earther.
True level, bitch.
I called you a flat earther.
Yeah, true level, bitch.
Person to think.
When you get to the end of this test and you have a result and you say level is horizontal and everyone says big whoop, that doesn't prove anything about the shape of the earth, will you then say yes it does?
No.
No, okay, I'm going to bed. Alright.
Okay, so you...
I'm going to bed.
That level is horizontal is good for you then, right?
I agree level's horizontal.
Sweet.
True level, bitch.
Perfect.
Wow.
Nice, mate. I came
Nice.
in just for that. You flipped it, man.
Yeah, true level, bitch.